All right, and we're live. Welcome in everybody to the first ever Fall Masters. Here alongside my co-host Neon Caster. Oh, no audio, Neon.
That is weird that it did that to me.
No
But
worries.
how are you doing, City? I'm having a great day today. I'm ready to see some Fall Guys.
Dude, so am I. It's gonna be action-packed. First ever time doing this tournament format, classic esports format brought to Fall Guys. Really, really excited to put it on for everybody.
Dude, I completely understand. I've ran a tournament before. I know the stress you're probably going through right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
You're just so pumped, yet so ecstatic, and you don't want to mess anything up. But I promise, I've seen your streams. Everyone here has seen it. You're going to do a great time running this phenomenal tournament.
I appreciate that so much, Neon. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and dive into the teams that we'll be playing today.
Alrighty. With that, I'll start us off with talking about the messengers. So in the messengers, we do have the players, and we'll come back to the subs in just a second. We have Squeegee Eevee, we have Stuck in House, we have Mickey Moose, Karate Man, and Ray Scuff being led by Squeegee Eevee. And going on to our next team.
We have the guys, which includes Supa, Adam Elf, Lemon Christmas Tree, Stitch Pixels, and the Dunadan.
Following up, we have Heinsberg's Blue, which is going to be led by Thick Daddy Tom, following with DJ Vilmer Ninja, Drew Crew, Punctual Pony, and Only 3 Putts.
Let's go. Next team is Max Out City. Team captains Nima74. Teammates include Cheesy Cheesers, Apries, Supa, and Poopy Old Hag.
And then we got Dub Galaxy being led there by Young Shan. And then Ben Seal Dudak. I gotta make sure I say that right. I'm gonna be corrected in the chat. I
believe
know
it's
it.
Dake, but I'm not sure.
Dake. All right, we'll find out soon enough. Kixby, Moraz, and Lofino.
Let's go. All right, next team coming up is Backspawn Boys. Their team captain is actually Joshin, who is their substitute player, but also their captain. Their team roster consists of Karem, Yusuf, Ryan, Succeed, and Zyfru.
And then last but not least, we have the MFN, gotta say it right, people, we're on a tournament and live, Avengers. We got 8, Sobo, Bushi, Flash, and Shanksinu, led by 8. Now, I see you all here are probably wondering the same thing. Why did we skip a team? City, if you can just give a little bit of an update on that really quick for everyone.
Yeah, so unfortunately, per the rule set, if you have 2 or less players that are not able to play, you are going to have to forfeit. So unfortunately, the Beans will not be able to compete.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it does happen from time to time. Some people have things come up and you can't get into a tournament.
Yes.
But the tournament will still go on. But we also have substitutions for each of these teams, and we'll go straight through the order again, starting with Team 1. We do have their substitutes for the Messengers are Celebu, Garuda, Balto, and Crazy Train. But I got one fact I want to drop here, guys. We have a nice $1,200 prize pool for this tournament currently, and I want it to be known that Squeegee Eevee is currently the biggest prize pool contributor, contributing a full whopping $300 to this prize pool. So not only thank City and everyone here for running this tournament, if you happen to win, you can definitely thank Squeegee Eevee for putting up a big prize pool on that as well.
Most definitely. Show some love in the chat for Eevee.
Continuing on, we do have the guys substitute. They only have NZQ, teams 4 and 5, which are Heisenberg Blue and Max Out City, do not have any subs. Then we have Dub Galaxy in their sub Cosmo. Backspawn Boys, as we said, the captain himself is the substitute for the team, Josh and 2K. And then finally, the MFN Ninjas are being backed up by Triumph and Professor X.
That's true. Avengers.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Long
You're
day
good.
for me already.
I actually do owe 8 something. He got me out of something that was going on a while back. So this is Team 8's official name. Fun fact here. Their official name is actually Holy Crap Batman. It's the MF and Avengers, accompanied by that Canadian guy who makes crude gestures at large crowds, aka 8.
You couldn't fit that in one line.
No, that's why I shortened it to MF and Avengers.
I think you should have just put the first letter of each word, man.
Just
No one would have known, but it would have been great.
Dude, I actually did have that at first, and I took it off because I did not like how it looked. But as you can see, we can also show where the teams are going to be on their home servers. A lot of players will be playing from US East, some West, some Europe. People from all over the world will be playing today, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I'm sure a lot of the people here viewing this tournament today have seen a lot of different tournaments ran, whether they're 4v4s, 1v, 1v, 1v1s, 2v2, so on and so forth. But to this date, I have not seen a 5v5 tournament structured like this. Can you tell me a little bit of how that's going to go and what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, so to that point, every tournament that's ran in the history of Fall Guys, there's always been some type of outside influence through other players being in the lobby. Whether it's a customs tournament where multiple people are playing, and then toward the latter stages of the tournament, players have influence on the top 3 players, and there's always that annoying aspect of custom tournaments. In public lobby tournaments, you have obviously all the public player lobbies, or all the public players in those lobbies affecting tournament outcome. This is the first tournament ever where we're going to see an 8-team bracket where teams are going to go into custom lobbies with just their own players versing it out within that lobby. So there's no outside influence of any other players.
Okay, so that's going to be a very interesting setting that we're going to have. We're so used to, like you said, having the NPC, just random player beans around.
Yep.
We're so used to having literally 60 people in one lobby, and all of a sudden it's one team's almost to the victory, so a bunch of teams cut them off. But this is literally going to be head-to-head 5v5 action, where people are just going to, one team's eliminated, one team moves forward, still in a bracket format.
Correct. And with that said, there will be the seeding round where all players will be in together, but that won't affect tournament outcome. The only thing that will affect is seeding advantage.
Okay, seeding advantage. Can you give me a little bit of how seeding advantage is going to work and the rules that are going to go along with that, so maybe the viewers at home have an idea of who's going to rock out that seeding advantage?
Yeah, so within every single bracket, whoever has the higher seed gets to host the first game, which means they get to pick the game that's played, the mode that's played, excuse me, and also they'll be able to play on their home server, which is a really huge advantage. You're able to get that first game in. Ideally, if you're the higher seed, you have you are able to host your show preference and on your server. It just gives you that edge going into that bracket.
I think one more thing that we can note about this seeding that's going to be very important, and I don't know if the players have been updated on this as well, but with Team 3 Beans being out, this does mean whoever comes out of seeding as seed number 1 is going to walk around with a first round bye.
That's correct. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That is correct. That is an unfortunate last minute change we had to make, but I believe it's the most fair change given the circumstances.
I do too. And I know right now we are just waiting on all the teams to get ready, as we are shuffling every player into a custom lobby right now to be able to start this first round. Is there anything else you want to talk about, City, that you've been wanting to mention? I know this is your first time running this tournament. Obviously, it's the first time Fall Masters has been around.
Yep.
I'm sure you're excited, you're pumped. So many different emotions are running through. I just want to hear a little bit from you, and I'm sure the viewers want to hear, what's it like to run a tournament?
It's really nerve-wracking. Krebs said it best during one of his tournaments. A lot of it is preparation before actually going live. So now that I'm live, I am feeling better. I know I have a great mod team behind me. I got my amazing co-cast Neon. So I'm pretty excited, and I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's watching, everyone who's playing. Once again, this is the first time I've ever done this, so there may be some hiccups along the way, but I appreciate y'all being here.
And with that, you made a mention yourself. Don't take yourself short. One, you're hosting the tournament. You're going to be doing a lot yourself. So make sure you give yourself credit. And all the people in the chat, I yelled it once while I was typing in chat, but mods, they do so much work for tournaments. Make sure to shout out these mods. Make sure you're thanking these mods because they don't get the opportunity to be able to watch the games as much as we do. They don't get to enjoy everything to our level. What they get to do is they make sure scores are going. They make sure if a team has any questions, they're figuring it out as fast as possible to make this sure that this tournament is running without any or little to no hiccups that are possible. And all these mods that are here are going to do a spectacular job today. I just want to make sure we're treating them the best we can as we go.
My apologies, getting some last minute things situated.
It is all good. Like I said, it's the first tournament. There's always bound to be a hiccup or two. But with that, guys, if you're in chat, I want to hear some hype. I know there are people here who know some of the players, might know a whole team, but let's hype it up. If you have someone that you specifically want to win, a team that you are behind, please shout them out in chat. Make sure you come up with your own unique chats to shout on your team. Root them on, please.
Yes, don't be afraid to spam the chance either. Go at it. All right, it is past time. Looks like I'm gonna go ahead and get this first lobby going. Let me go ahead and change over the scenes.
And while we get these scenes in, what we're gonna be doing, just an update for anyone who just jumped in, we're gonna be going into a round where the 7 competing teams that are here today are going to be all together inside a custom match solo show. And how it works is you get 1 point for each member that makes it to the finals. And then the crown itself is worth 3 points. If there is multiple people gathering that crown, we will divvy 3 points up however it needs to be amongst the amount of people who have obtained a crown. Thus, after that, then we take the highest team score and they get seeded 1 and so on and so forth. So that way we can determine seeding. And then from there, team 1 will get a bye. Teams 4 and 5 will play each other. Teams 2 and 7 will play each other. And teams 3 and 6 will end up playing each other in a normal bracket style tournament.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and start this going. Let's go. Thank you for breaking down the bracket.
No problem, man. You had a couple scenes to switch over there.
Yeah. Luckily it wasn't too much work, but here we go. Hopefully custom start, right? You never know when Fall Guys is going to break.
You are not wrong. Maybe they'll just shut down customs today sometime.
Oh yeah, that'd be lovely.
Well, I would love to see us try to get 5v5 going in public lobbies.
Right? Oh my god. Snipe countdowns and all that. Alright, looks like round 1 of the first seeding round is going to be a warped DoorDash. Fun.
So this is going to be an interesting one because DoorDash already is a fun map on making sure you qual all the time, because you fall behind a little bit, it can just be over. But now you literally have all cracked players across the board running for that first place position.
Yep, exactly. Maybe teams will be able to help coordinate each other here, like give really quick call outs of which warp door is correct. Yeah, there's all the players right there wearing their uniforms correctly. You love to see it.
Yeah, so if you have any specific players you're interested in, if someone is wearing the same uniform as that player, they are on the same exact team. But then you will also get players who are not going to move in this first round. As you can see right here, we're looking at City. Yep. So we're just going to see them all go ahead. We're just going to talk it out a little bit as we see what goes on, because we can't really see what's going on ahead. But Warped DoorDash, guys, it's a crazy rendition of this map. Let's show them what's going on with this Warp DoorDash real quick.
So basically, when you go through each door, some doors let you go through, like this one. There's V and Breaker, the mods of the day. Oh, all right. We're getting all the doors correct. We're just cracked. But this one
Why
should
were you
shoot us
in the
back
tournament?
out. I know, right? But as you see, if you get the wrong door, it warps you back. So it's pretty interesting new dynamic to the game. Basically the same concept. Some are real, some are fake. All right, let's see how the teams fared.
Yep, we'll go ahead, and if you can give a shout out of the teams, if you can see them a little clearer than I can. My eyesight's not as good as it was, and I see you have glasses, so probably way better than mine. If you could give a shout out, what skin is connected to each of these teams?
Yeah, actually, feel free to do exclamation point teams in the chat to go ahead and look at that. But we have the messengers rocking the messenger skin. The guys are rocking the midnight fish skin. Heisenberg is rocking the light cracked blue skin. Max Out City is rocking the new alien costume. Dub Galaxy has the narwhal on. Backspawn Boys is rocking the classic pink bean. And the MFN Avengers have a nice little bright gold and white star skin on.
All right.
Yeah, and it did look like the guys so far have every single player still in. I haven't checked on the rest of the teams yet.
Alrighty, but with that, we're going to be getting into some interesting rounds because now that people are playing for the seeding, and with seed 1 actually being a full buy, I don't know, we might see some people go for some cheeky grabs in this leading light every step of the way, because if you can pop out a player to just give your teammates a little bit extra time, everything can go really well for you.
That's true. If you're sitting at 99%, you can tap grab someone else to make sure your teammate qualifies. That's true. There is strategy you can do here.
Yeah, I'm excited not only for this seeding custom round, but I'm also excited to see what is going to happen roughly when these 5v5s start breaking out, because the strategy is going to change a lot from these customs to just the 5v5 methods.
Yeah, exactly. And just to make things clear, if you get the last seed, if you're in that 7th seed, you still have a chance of winning. The seeding doesn't determine the outcome of the tournament at all. It's just strictly for hosting advantage.
Yeah, just for hosting advantage, and as we just said, customs with a full lobby of people is very different than a 5v5 custom. It's going to be a whole different style of game. Basically, seeding just says we can do overall well with a ton of players, but now can we do well with everyone? As we go into a warped stomping ground, there is no break for these players in this solo round.
There really isn't, Neon. Oh my god. This is actually the first time I've ever seen a warped stomping ground, so this will be fun, I think.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen it. I was hearing about it, and I know it's kind of wacky, but we'll see what strategy these people go with. Some players might end up going with the easy dive tech, but we may have players who think they can get away with the pure jumping strats just to try and avoid the accuracy of the rhinos.
Yeah, I see that there are pads, and then there's also the warped portals on the edge with the icicles or thrusters shooting out from the middle. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like the rhinos are having trouble going through the thrusters, which makes me want to see a rhino get stuck on a thruster and see what happens.
Or maybe the thruster can throw the rhino into the air.
Oh, that'd be crazy. If I could just imagine Rhino getting ready to charge, starts its charging animation, gets thrusted in the air to a supercharge.
That'd be so crazy. Looks like we are currently spectating Drew Crew. Only 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Drew Crew's doing really good, making sure he avoids. Oh, we almost caster cursed him in 2 seconds.
Neon, no!
Oh. Well, I am sorry, Drew Crew. We just started talking about you. I hope the rest of the tournament goes better than that one Rhino did.
Oh man, that was too comical. All right, looks like we have only 11 players remaining. That Rhino did take out half the lobby.
So we could walk straight into another round and see only 7 people make the final, which is going to really adjust the seeding scores very quickly.
Yes, definitely. I believe we should be seeing another round here. I believe that was only round 3, right? DoorDash.
Yeah, that was only round 3.
All right, here we go. Wall guys.
So wall guys, now the question is, if we get a perfect path through this wall guys, it's gonna be spawn whoever gets best spawn. But sometimes you don't get those perfect ones, and also with all these fans now that you're seeing in wall guys, it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like there is actually no direct path to the finish, so that will change things up. People or teams will be able to coordinate with each other. We have 3 players remaining from Backspawn Boys. We have it's like 1 player remaining from Messenger, or 2 players, excuse me. Heisenberg Blue looks like they have 1 player remaining. Nima's team has 1 player remaining as well. Definitely gonna be close here. Oh no.
It does look like our ninjas are getting through really strong, but Backspawn Boys is starting to do bad. All 3 of their beans are there in the back and having a little bit of trouble.
They're getting hit by the Ringus up here, the Ringus Dingus. Little vertical swinging Ringus Dingus that is giving everyone trouble.
Yeah, and the fans aren't And the fans aren't as easy as they used to be. You can't just jump up, grab, and spam the jump button anymore.
True. That's very true. Sometimes it just doesn't give you the jump.
And we have a bunch of people going through right now. 3 putts might end up getting in there as the last person. No, it misses the jump, but we do get our 7 players who are all going to earn probably 1 point as we probably are diving into the final, unless the game does something weird.
I'd assume that we'll see a final here, hopefully.
Oh, I do hope to.
7's a great number for a final. Anything can show up besides fumble.
All right, and with the 7 players, I believe we had...
Wow, Lost Temple.
Lost Temple's going to be a big advantage for the teams that do have multiple players in here, though, as they can team up and make some plays together to push themselves forward.
Correct.
It is a warped Lost Temple. Yeah,
so hopefully these players took the time to learn the pathing. The pathing does remain the same for the specific warped rooms. But yeah, we'll see.
Is that all 3 of Backspawn boys still here?
Yeah, all three of them remaining out of the 5, yes. Insane.
So the thing about that is by having 3 people here out of 7 people and looking around, that does guarantee Backspawn boys at least seed 2.
Correct. Looks like we have 3 teams up front here. This can go out to anybody. Succeed in the lead. Oh my god, that was perfectly played by Succeed's teammates, grabbing Supa there, securing Succeed the win. There we have it.
And securing Backspawn boys seed number 1 with 6 points right there. That is seed 1 and a bye.
Correct, that's true. We'll see how the rest of the seeding turns out. We do have 2 more games to go.
Yep.
Anything can happen, but that is a really, really good start for Backspawn boys.
Yeah, 6 points in 1 round is insanely a strong start to be able to have.
Most definitely. And as you can see, the scores will be tallied real time. If you look on the left of the screen, the seeds will be updated according to their scores. Go ahead and give the competitors at least 3-4 minutes here and make sure all the scoring is in as well. I'll check in with our lead mod Breaker 1.
Okay. And it seems we may have been mistaken on our end because we are just viewing. We're not mods. We don't know exactly what's going on in here. Nope, they just adjusted. I saw Backspawn boys had 5 at first. I was like, I thought I saw 3, but could have been wrong. You never know.
Yep, looks like they got 3 for having 3 players in the final, and then 3 for also winning the episode.
Yeah, so with that, guys, where we are currently standing is we have Backspawn boys currently sitting at 6, the guys sitting at 2, the MFN Avengers at 1, and the Messengers at 1. Dub Galaxy, Heisenberg's Blue, and Max Out City really need to start focusing up. They need to get a couple points on this board just to get that little higher seed. Realistically, you're not out for first. You just have to perform really well from here.
That's true, and I believe we'll be seeing some strategy from teams to make sure they're landing in a certain seed to get on a certain side of the bracket. There is also that aspect to seeding.
Yes.
The fate of the bracket is in your hands.
But I mean, be fair, whatever side of the bracket you're on, you got to play the best of the best regardless by the end.
That's true. That's true. Let me just get caught up in the Discord real quick, make sure we're good to go to start the next bracket here.
Alrighty, and as we get that bracket, I'm gonna be saying this a lot, guys. I'm just love stating this. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the mods. They're in the games, they're watching the games, making sure there's nothing sketchy going on, which I really doubt any of our players are going to try and do. And then on top of that, they're keeping updates on the scores. They're talking to all these people. You're just gonna see all these small things that just look, oh, look, the scores are updated. Oh, look, this was done. This is the mods doing all the work in the background, so that way me and City can just be lazy sitting over here and chatting to all of you. And I say that, but I really should say so I can be lazy and chat to you, because City is still running the stream.
Correct. Alright, I'm going to get round 2 started. Let me go ahead and ping the competitors.
Alright, and as we go into round 2, we'll see if we get a more standardized round, or if we're going to get into one of these crazy rounds again, where we're just doing DoorDash, Stomping Ground, Leading Light, just a bunch of crazy sweaty rounds, or if we're just going to get a bunch of sweaty race rounds that are a little bit more fair to everyone.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get another round 1 DoorDash at the least.
I agree with round 1 DoorDash, but I mean there are other games that could go worse.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I say that, but we could have easily had a round 4 DoorDash, which is probably one of the least competitive things you could ever see in a tournament.
Now this map could get a little wacky.
Oh yeah.
Either everyone can qual.
True.
Or one person could qual.
Yeah, will we see certain teams target other teams here? Anything can happen.
So, I gotta ask, what is the play if for some reason during targeting, if the teams were to target, if everyone died, not a single person qualified here?
0 points rewarded for the round.
0 points, and that's round 2, so we go to round 3?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate myself so we can start spectating.
This is the best map for this. We can already get to people.
Yep,
and no punching bags?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems we have some team play going there on the fans.
Yeah, let me go up here to the top, see who's in the lead. I'm really curious to know if anyone's going to be fighting up at the top conveyors, the classic spot to grief. There we go, looks like Succeed is up here in the front. Right behind Super Guy and Bushy.
Okay, so it looks like they're all just going in, trying to get the qual so they have a couple points in, because those finals are worth a lot.
That's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. Griefing on the conveyors is a really high risk, potentially low reward.
Yeah, completely. Especially this round. Backspawn boys, especially being in that first place position, their goal shouldn't be attacking people. It should just be survive and keep on moving.
True. They're already in the lead. They just need to keep it at this point. Keep it in those finals points is a really good point.
Oh, you got someone sitting back there.
Yeah, unfortunately, two-a-day actually goes down. Not sure if I've missed any other eliminations.
Don't think so. We got a bunch of grabbers in the back. I don't know who all's in the back. Everyone might be on the slime climb already.
Yeah, I think they're just fighting around.
There might be a small fight going on because this is 3 people from back row, back spawn boys, and they could really make a play happen.
Looks like Mo and Karem are going at it. Mo's on team Dub Galaxy.
Yeah, I completely wonder how this is going to turn out because it's technically a 2v2. They could all qual, but we could also get some cheeky grabs there. Like if one double grab happens and a double pop backwards, that could just be the end for one player right here.
That's true. Looks like we have a 1v1v1 scenario now.
Realistically, I would love to say it's a 1v1, but with the score that Backspawn Boys has from that first round, they are probably putting a target on their back and needed to qual like that.
Yep, there we go. And now Yusuf making it in, no longer has that target on his back for the remainder of this round until we go into the next one.
And it looks like we lost 3 people. I know you see 6, but we have 2 mods and we have City in there as well. So we lost 3 people in that round.
Wow. Unfortunate. Could be, a pinch from the flippers at the start. Just unlucky getting hit by the spinner. Many things can cause you to go down there. And here we go, round 2 Warp DoorDash.
Hey, it's not round 1. We got to see. Now we actually get to watch the Warp DoorDash.
True. That's a really good point. I'll try my best to watch who's up front, but it's gonna be kind of hard with these warp doors.
I completely understand, but there should be a group of people all together. You'll be able to watch almost everyone from one person perspective. Hopefully,
true. Looks like the teams are still pretty evenly spread in terms of who has qual and who hasn't.
And as we go through this, another Warp DoorDash going through the wall, staying back as you saw right there.
Yeah.
This was literally the strategy of making sure you wait because being first doesn't matter in this. You just want to qualify. So just qualifying is everything. So why be the one to guess and guess wrong?
Exactly, and I just realized a good strategy to use on this round is to have your names on so you can see what doors people are going through.
Sorry, I'm a little quiet. I'm definitely enjoying this round because I haven't gotten to play much of the warped stuff lately.
No
so
worries.
This is very new to me right now.
Right? It is a really cool concept.
And we're cutting close to the end, and that's...
Wow.
Was that 3 aliens out?
Ooh, it looks like it. That is really, really rough.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big loss as we lost out on 10 players there.
Yeah, that's a big, or Max City's hurting there. Max Out City's hurting there. Unfortunate for them. To go down on a DoorDash too, that can never feel good.
Perfect match. All right. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Yeah, just a vanilla perfect match. Maybe we'll see a few double pops. Everyone's probably going to be using the exploit in this game, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, viewing at home, the back left tile of perfect match for the past season has always been correct. Really, really weird, but it is a fun little fact of this map. As you can see, a lot of people are already running there. Yep, this back left tile is always correct.
So the only issue about that is if everyone starts running over here and you see three ninja right there, 3 Raidens right there, 1 double pop is going to be a bad day. So you got to watch out for other players starting to attack. So honestly, having your full team on the same tile together is going to be a lot better for play to make sure you're protecting each other, yet also being able to attack on this round.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you got to stick together. That way you're not...
Just like that. That was very close right there.
Oh my god, Wraith and Karate Man on Team Messengers almost popping off Yusuf, who's currently in the lead for seeding.
And this is exactly it. And you can see that they're trying to time up when they're grabbing people just so they can try and push them off when these tiles completely disappear. You don't want to pop too early and you don't want to pop too late. You want to grab them so that way right when they disappear, they start dropping and can't have time to grab you back because the pop triggers them. That's
true. And yeah, you mentioning grabbing right before the tiles disappear is the perfect time.
As you said, everyone's chilling, but with 2 tiles next to each other, it's going to be a very safe round. And it looks like that we have a full qual. I don't think I saw anyone get knocked out there.
Nope, I believe this was a classic perfect match in tournament play. No one does.
Yep.
That's all right. A little free round for everyone.
Well, it's because the little box didn't come over to hang out with them there at the end.
That's true. That would have made things crazy.
With everyone still there.
I would have loved to see that. I would have hated that for the competitors, but it would have made some great content.
Oh, for seeding, I don't care what happens to the competitors. They all make it to the bracket.
That's true.
I just don't want anything bad to happen in the bracket. I want fair games there. It can be crazy here. Just like Warped Frantic Factory. Frantic Factory, I have a love-hate relationship with this map, but it is crazy good, but it is also very tedious.
Yeah, I've heard from both sides of the aisle of people absolutely loving this new map and then absolutely hating it, claiming it's pure RNG, but we'll see how the competitors fare. Do this new room neon. Pretty cool.
Sorry, my mouth just kind of dropped a little bit when I saw this room pop up. I was like, what is this?
Right?
See, I'm not a huge fan of this room, but however, that was one person in there chilling with 3 specific tiles themselves. I am in this map. I'm a fan of the cover a specific amount of tiles and don't run around randomly. Like normally this area right here, I usually cover that treadmill all the way across the board and cover the 4 and whatever side I'm on, so I can get 4 to 5 buttons at all times.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I always try to hang out in a spot where I have complete vision of 4 to 5 buttons and easy routes to platform to those buttons.
Looks like we got.
I was gonna mention. Looks like only 3put got first this round. Shout out to him. He was one of the last fill-ins for a substitute for. Let me see the team name once again. Heisenberg Blue came in just 2 days ago to fill in, so it was pretty awesome.
Is that 4 unicorns still there?
All 5 narwhals
or 5,
are still
yeah,
in.
Not even 4.
Wow,
this could be a big round. They just got another round to fight through here. We may have cursed them by saying it, but Good luck.
Dub Galaxy might be looking at a dub here.
Ooh, this is gonna be all hands on deck. I expect to see no one really care for like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, we might see some patty caking, some honking.
Yeah, I don't think we still have any kind of exploit on this map. The best you can do is maybe lay on your back, but...
Yeah, there is a new out-of-bounds exploit that players could do if this was the hammer variation. There are no hammers, so it looks like this will be played out normally.
We do have some people actually going for... I saw one tail grab, everyone else is kind of running around and actually going for it.
Yeah,
I'm not... Oh, I love the dive grabs of this season.
Man, it really does open up the games. Super grabbing a blast ball.
So how would you use a blast ball in this map, City? If you were in this map right now and there were blast balls, how would you use them to be advantageous?
To be advantageous? That's a really, really good question. Maybe if you have a tail and you know where your teammate is and the other player with the tail, you can help them by blast balling someone who has a tail, and if your teammate doesn't. That's the only thing I can think of in terms of this competitive environment.
Okay. I feel like the blast ball could be useful up here on the top. Oh, that was close right there. Gonna have to fight though. We're at 25 seconds, so now we're getting to the point where people are going to be fighting the entire time to make sure they survive.
Yep, yeah, now is the time to really, really lock it in.
That's one of our people who have 5 people. They're getting away. 8 seconds. They could be caught. That was really good push there by Super Guy. Oh my lord, the ragdoll away. Can he get away?
Oh my god, a thruster comes up, hitting, I'm not sure which player that was from the Narwhal team, but oh my god, Super getting that tail last second.
And Narwhals go down to 2 players left. I only see 1 from Backspawn Boys, and we have 3 of the gold. I do not know what kind of beam that is.
That's the Avengers. Yeah. Wow. We might be seeing a new change on the seeding leaderboard.
Well, the Avengers need to avenge that first round 1-pointer, and they brought 3 to say, we got this Warp Fall Mountain right now.
Yeah, I am very, very excited to see this Warp Fall Mountain. I have watched some videos on Warp Fall Mountain, and it just looks so cool in my opinion.
So we're getting a good spread of players hitting the finals, which is really good. I haven't seen the Warp Fall Mountain, but this it doesn't look like Warp Fall Mountain. It looks like Portal. It just looks like Portal right now. I mean, it's the same idea, but yes.
Yeah, it's basically you taking these portals, they push you to the other side. You want to avoid that portal, it just sends you back to the start of the anti-gravity. And then you want to avoid these portals on the side of the conveyors as well.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure this out because this is kind of wacky to me.
Yeah, get ready for this crown grab. It's so cool.
I see what happens. This is stupid. Who got that?
Wow.
Was that a double potentially with how far ahead the other one was?
Maybe we will have to have proof submitted by Team the Guys. And they did do a double crown since we saw Karem with the podium there, as y'all saw. Another win for Backspawn Boys.
Yeah, that's Backspawn Boys with 1 player still showing that they can get through this and still get a dub out of the play.
Yes. Keep in mind, if it was a double crown, those crown points will actually be split amongst those 2 teams, so 1.5 points per team.
Yeah, completely. And who was the other player that was up there with them? That was
Supa.
It was Supa. Okay, yeah, you've been following Supa this round.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to be getting those scores updated. Our mods are working vigilantly as they can right now to get these scores so you can see some beautiful scores as we talk about that round. Like, man, all these warped rounds, they are... I'm getting breathless and stunned visually a bunch, so I'm glad I'm seeing them now versus in a very important, like, elimination round.
True.
Because I had no idea what was going on. I was just like, what are these portals? I get what's going on, but it is crazy.
Yeah. The fun aspect of this tournament is teams could actually avoid these portals on the games that they host. since you can have show selection. But yeah, at least we're seeing them now, and hopefully the players who haven't seen them yet are getting used to them. But yeah, we would hate to see a crazy warp in the actual bracket.
Well, since we do have one more round of solo show for seeding purpose, let me ask you, is there any map that you specifically want to see?
Well, to be honest, I did want to see Rhinos, and that already showed up. Stomping Grounds. I wanted to see the chaos that caused, and it did cause a lot of chaos.
I think Rhinos was definitely high up on my list, but as crazy as it is, I want to see Volley Falls and Button Bashers. I love those head-to-head games so much.
Well, those are actually both in solo show right now. And side note on the rules, if two teammates are versus each other, they'll automatically be awarded a half a point because it's just an unfortunate scenario. So that's how we're going to deal with that if that shows up.
So it becomes super beneficial as well, because even though they get the half point for losing a player, which does suck because it's a half, but a half point pushes you a little further, but then you get to choose which player you would prefer to go on to the next round.
Yes, exactly. So you get that extra communication. Maybe one player is slightly better than the other. Maybe one player is not feeling as hot in that moment. You can make those decisions on the fly.
Alrighty.
All right. Go ahead and get this next one started here in about 1 minute.
However, just so we point out really quick, Backspawn Boys is got a phenomenal lead right now with 10 points. They're trying to get that bye. It doesn't mean they're unable to be beaten. Any team can technically score up to 8 points from one of these rounds if they perform well enough. So that does mean that Heisenberg Blue and Max Out City do not have the potential to take seed 1 and get that bye home with them. But that does mean Dub Galaxy and Messengers have potential to do really well. But the guys and MF and Avengers have the potential to take this first seed home with them with a really strong full 5-man performance right here. All right. And as they get that, I got to ask you, because we got teams, I'm sure a bunch of people have been talking out there who they have as their favorites, who they have as their quote unquote worst, but we don't talk about worst. We don't talk about favorites. We talk about the interesting, the unexpected, that dark horse. Who is your dark horse team of this tournament based off these 2 rounds you've seen so far? Gotta know those players to pick your dark horse. I would say that was gonna be my choice for my dark horse, but I still have a dark horse choice that I'll go with just to be different. And I got to go with the Dub Galaxy itself. So, Dub Galaxy, you're my dark horse. Don't let me down. You guys got this. All right, we got the show starting. We got the longest show starting ever, which means one of 2 things. Either Fall Guys is just a slow game, or 2 people are DCing. You were just like, it stopped at 37. You're like, Oh.
In case you didn't catch it, you're muted on Stream City.
Ooh, thank you so much.
I'm glad everyone could hear me.
Yeah, y'all only needed to hear Neon there.
However, City, I need you to kill yourself as fast as you can, or run to the end of the map and just sit there before anyone gets there.
Let me not move while everyone runs past and grab V.
You can't kill yourself if your mod stops you.
I know. V out there holding me back. Not sure how
we
long
got
I was muted
Supa
for,
just
and I do
rocking it out
apologize.
though.
Yeah, Supa out here in the lead. Looks like Succeed
Our
may
mods
be
are
catching.
Our mods are phenomenal. You probably weren't muted all that long, to be honest.
True, true. Yeah, Breaker's very much on top of it, and so is V.
Okay, this is interesting.
Oh, here we go. Supa might be going for a little show off here.
Well, I mean, this is the map to show off on.
And he does
Oh my lord.
it. Wow.
All right, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh my god, Supa is out here showing off, as Supa does.
I expect Supa to go back and show off one more time. I expect it. There's no other options. We'll see if he hears this. Nope. Alright, but we do have his teammates that we just jumped to, and looks like a lot of people are qualling. We'll see how many actually die in this one, because any amount of people dying does take away from your final score, and Backspawn Boys is just at a point where they're like, just get to the finals. We've pretty much locked the way first as long as nothing bad happens to them.
That's true, and it looks like they will be locking in that first round seed, as you said, as long as nothing bad happens. Looks like the only way that they could be potentially knocked out of the seed 1 is if only 0 or 1 of them make it into a final, and basically all of Avengers make it into the final and get the crown.
Yes, it is definitely going to be a problem. The guys also have that same potential
True.
To upset the Backspawn Boys. So there are teams that can do it, but it's definitely very unlikely.
Yeah. And like we mentioned earlier, this is just the seeding round, so...
Literally, yeah, like I was going to say, this is seeding round, and seeding round is very different than just a straight up 5v5.
Correct. We'll see the true team skill shine in the 5v5.
Alrighty, and we'll see how many people dropped here.
I'm hopeful that no one died this time around, now that they had Slime Scraper practice last time. Oh, it looks like one player did go down, unfortunately.
Yeah, so one player down. What team was that, if anyone saw?
Yeah, I missed it.
I got a little bit of a smaller screen. It's like a picture-in-picture, if you will, for me.
Yeah.
But I would like to see something that we just haven't seen before. That's all I want, is new maps at this point, because we're getting a lot of repeats on our end. If this is a DoorDash, I'm quitting.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, good. I'm not quitting now. I'm still here, guys.
Yeah, Warp Skiffall, your draw is going to drop again. My draw dropped when I first saw this.
I can only expect how nutty this is going to be, and I'm so excited.
Look at it. They took Skiffall and multiplied it by 5.
So can you finish faster now?
Apparently, I've heard some competitors talk about that there's one certain line that everyone always tries to take. But this isn't that line, so maybe people have figured out additional strategy. I have no idea what's going on, Neon. This is crazy to me. I have yet to play this map myself.
I'm sorry for the silence that we're gonna get here, because
Wow.
Go through green, yeah.
Okay, green equals center golden.
Currently, I don't know if those things move or not, but you gotta hit the warp at the start here.
Yeah,
so you can go
like
straight to... Do you just grind to the end?
Yeah, it looks like you just have to hit certain warps to platform to the end to be able to get that last gold. Wow.
Sorry guys, I had to study a little bit. I was way over my head, and I have to play competitive next week, and I didn't even know that existed. That's great.
Oh, that's right, for Bubba Nesh's tournament. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a different play, a different kind of tournament again. But for where we're at right now, we get another stomping guard. This is your favorite, man.
I just like seeing it. I have made tutorials on this map. I don't know. I think can be a competitive environment, but I know it basically comes down to chaos in these larger size customs, which I know isn't the most ideal. Looks like the rhinos do get stopped by the thrusters. Interesting dynamic. Maybe makes the mode a little bit easier.
So these warps, if you jump in them, take you to the other side of the map.
Oh, okay. So yellow's connected to yellow, blue's connected to blue. Got it.
Yeah, colors. It's portal. Like I've noticed that part. It's always portal. So colors are connected to colors.
Got it. Well,
Thanks for showing us that. So I saw that dive there. Now I'm wondering, as a player who likes to think of this, ooh, that definitely was not great there. But I wonder, are you able to do a 180 in the air of your portal and dive back through portal?
I think the portal does give you some momentum.
Okay.
But whatever stance you are in going through is what you're going to be going through the other side.
We have two people bouncing on the same one.
Yeah,
It's usually not the best plan there, but it will ruin another player if you want it to.
Wow, yeah, they didn't desync each other at all, surprisingly.
Don't trust those stupid portals. Sometimes they don't spit you out hard enough. Okay, that's interesting. Jump in a portal and don't even get back on the ground.
Wow. Now that sounds horrible.
All right. You know, actually, you know what I do want to see? I want to see some pixel perfect, even though we can't. But I want to see pixel perfect.
That would be great. I know a lot of people are having a lot of fun with that mode that's currently out right now.
Oh, that is one of my favorite maps when I saw it. It sucks playing with random people, but it is a fun map.
Yeah, most definitely. Looks like we're getting a hexagon jump club, so probably see some teams fighting here, which is really exciting.
Not just teams fighting. If there's any team that thinks they can still take down, I don't know what players are left, but I do see 2 for backspawn boys currently, and that does mean if you can knock them out, I see 3 ninjas, or 3 Raidens, I guess.
Yeah, let's see how many Avengers there are. Looks like we have 2 Avengers still in. So yeah, if they could knock out both of the backspawn boys here, they could potentially have a good showing. Get higher up in seeding.
Yeah, so they're doing really good on that part. I think if they can at least get to the final, they're doing really good, regardless. But how many of the guys are currently here still? Because that's the team they're facing for that second round seed. Dub Galaxy and Messengers can still make a comeback, though.
Yeah, it looks like that's a good point. They may target Adam Elf here, who is the remaining player of Team The Guys.
Okay, with that does mean, though, Backspawn Boys has confirmed first with the remaining players from the teams behind them. So they can relax on this point in the seeding rounds and focus up for the actual semifinals for them. Everyone else does need to still qualify to those semifinals.
Wow, thanks for pointing that out. I didn't realize the math added up already that quickly.
Yeah, as soon as the players had less than 4 people on their team for MFN and the guys, it was over for them.
Wow.
The most that could happen is if Dub Galaxy or the Messengers have all 5, then they could tie. But I believe tiebreakers go in favor of Backspawn Boys.
Wow, we actually see a timeout here. It went to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Ooh, one of the Avengers going down.
I see 4 Raidens here.
Oh wow, yeah, there are 4 Messengers still in here.
Yeah, this could be big. That could potentially take them up to that second seed out of nowhere if they perform well in this final. Because if this is a final, they might go into another round.
Oh. Yeah, the Messengers perform here. All 4 of them are in here. Maybe they could do some tap grabs, some team coordination, some team shoutouts. We'll see how they are able to hold their lead.
Yeah, and the good thing about having only 4 is that means they do have a 5th player who is able to watch them from the background and shout out for them while they play as well.
Definitely. That's a really, really good point. All right, let's go ahead and tune in to, looks like Wraith here does get that first point. Really quick dive in the anti-gravity. Member of the Messengers.
This is going to be really big. I'm very excited to see how the Messengers perform in this round right now, being the team that could really change up the seeding the most with where they're at.
Yeah, that's true. They could really do an upset here. They do have so many players still involved. We have Mickey Moose, a member of the Messengers, already at 3 points. Getting that
Oh,
fourth point, wow.
Now the question is, do we wait for that 5th point? No, it looks like we're going for an immediate wall. I think it would have been better to wait there and steal it at the last second, because either your teammate gets it, or you can wait until someone wastes time to come over to you and then take it.
I agree. I completely agree.
But obviously, when you're making quick maps like this, it's hard to make decisions that we can think about because we're not trying to make those maneuvers while calling out what is the best play.
Wraith making it in as well. Looks like we still have Karate Man. Karate Man making it in last. That's at least 3 messengers that we saw qual. Wow.
Yeah, and that 3 puts them at minimum 5 going into this next round.
Eevee making it in as well. We have 4 messengers going into this potentially last final here.
That puts them at 6. That puts MF and Avengers at 6. And I believe, is the guy still in there? I did not see that far.
Ooh, I think we did see the remaining member of the guys still in, Adam Elf.
All right, so MF and Avengers is at 5. The guys are at 5. And then the messengers are at 6 coming into this round. The only reason I'm not mentioning back Spawn Boys is because they've already locked in first. So this is a really close fight. If any one of those teams takes this win, they take second.
That's true.
And with 4... Go ahead.
I was going to say a quick reminder for the competitors. The jumps, the exploit jumps on the wall are banned. It was voted on by the competitors last minute, and that is an unfortunate last minute rule change we had to make on the fly. But if the majority of competitors are for it, I'm for it.
Are you telling me that there's warp tiles that just rotate around?
Oh my god. That's right. I have seen this before.
Oh,
that's gonna make things crazy late game. Or do people take those strategically? That just sounds like RNG.
My thing to worry about strategically is these are all strong players. We all know how Hexaterrestrial works when you're playing with a bunch of like NPCs and you get to the end and it's all of a sudden just 3 people, probably 2-3 people when it's close. But now we're looking at all 9 people maybe just fighting it out there at the very end.
Yeah, let's go ahead and figure out how many players from each team are remaining. It looks like we do have Drew Crew is the only remaining member of Team Heisenberg's Blue. We have Adam Elf being the only remaining member of the guys. Succeed, I believe, is
there
alongside.
Are 2 people.
Yeah, for Backspawn Boys, Succeed and Ryan. And then I believe that's everyone besides the messengers, which include Squeegee Eevee, Wraith Scruff, Karate Man, and Mickey Moose.
Yeah. So only Backspawn Boys and the messengers brought multiple people to this final, which is going to be super useful as we're seeing people start to drop right now. But we'll see how it is. I see both the Backspawn Boys still there, and it's going to be close. And that's going to be a fall over there. A great grab there. But we still have a Backspawn Boy versus the 2-time Twitch Rivals champion over here.
Drew Crew. With the potential cutoff, Ryan makes the jump. In a grab battle, Drew goes down. Ryan with the clutch for the Backspawn Boys. Wow.
That is 3 straight victories for the Backspawn Boys in a full custom.
Wow. They didn't need that last win, but they got it.
If I was one of these other teams, I would be super worried about playing the Backspawn Boys when it comes down to the final rounds. And the thing about the Messengers pulling up that 2nd place victory, that is super big because now that they're seeded 2nd, if they win the whole way, they don't have to face Backspawn Boys until the final.
That's true. Yeah, you want to make sure you're on the opposite side of the bracket if you're worried about versing Backspawn Boys.
Yeah, and with a showing like 15 for first place, ooh, that's a lot of points for first place.
That's true, and it looks like we do have a tied for seeding 3 and 4. But the rule set does state if there is a tie, the team with the most individual scoring player will have the higher seed.
Yeah, so between MF and Avengers and the guys, it looks like both of them had one person get a crown, but the question is, did that one person also make multiple finals?
True. Looks like it will come down with that. But with that, we'll be going on a 10 to 15 minute intermission while we get some things set on the back end and also get the players ready to go. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and stay tuned. And we are back.
It's great to be back too, not gonna lie.
Looks like we got the streams up and running. Once our lead mod Breaker goes ahead and gives the teams the go ahead, they'll be getting round 1 started.
And just so everyone is aware of what's going on, we got Back Spawn Boys playing against the team that had to unfortunately drop out, so it is a bye. So they have their name there as Seed 1, but they are automatically going to make it to next round, where MF and Avengers and Dub Galaxies are your Seeds 4 and 5, going to be playing it out.
Yes. I'm just gonna send them a quick reminder to make sure they're not leaking the code. We do have hopefully no trolls in the chat, but you never know. It could always happen. I see that both of them don't have their snipe screens up, so I just want to make sure we're extra careful here.
All right, City, and I want you to do the honors once more. This is your tournament, and I keep saying it. I want you to tell these people, how does this round work? Now it's not customs with everyone in it. It's just 2 teams with 5 people on each team. That doesn't make sense to me for some reason. Can you explain how this works?
I know no Fall Guys tournament has ever been ran like this before. Both teams consist of 5 members. The minimum to run a customs lobby is now 10 people. So put 5 and 5 together, you have exactly enough to run a customs and to be in an environment where it's direct team versus team combat. So that's exactly how it works. This round 1 will be first to 5 wins. So there'll be potentially up to 9, 10, even 11 rounds played. There is a specific rule where if somehow both teams grab the crown, that round will be deemed null. So we may be seeing a lot of rounds here. We may see a sweep across the board. You never know. This is Seeds 4 and 5, so I'm expecting a very, very close battle here.
Yeah, and you never know. It also could be a blowout, too. You never know what's going to happen in these kinds of games.
That's true.
Okay,
That is very true.
Sorry. My mind just went off on some other tangent because I saw people start dropping. And I was like, I'm ready for this.
I do appreciate that. Looks like both 8s, or excuse me, let me see who I have a list here. Looks like we'll be looking from let's see. We'll be watching from Bushy 9K's perspective on the left for representing the MF Avengers, and Dub Galaxy will be represented by team member Kixby. So those are the perspectives we'll be seeing, and I do appreciate that they both have the controller overlay in the same exact spot. It makes it look very symmetrical for our scene here.
But now we have a very important thing to happen. What is better, the PS controller or the Xbox controller?
That
is the battle happening right now.
So my first year of competitive Fall Guys, PlayStation all the way. I only rocked PlayStation controllers. But in the last year, I switched over to Xbox, and I gotta go Team Xbox. Xbox controllers are way more comfortable. Maybe because I have on a slightly bigger frame, Xbox controllers just feel more comfortable because they feel wider to me. I don't know what it is, but ever since I started playing with the Xbox controller, I swear my skill has gone up.
I agree with the Xbox controller feeling better. I am definitely a PS4 player because I need the joysticks on the bottom, and the Switch has too much of the Switch controller does have a delay versus the PlayStation controller when you play the game, so I don't mess with it that much.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I've just gotten used to having that left joystick higher up at this point. When I switch to PlayStation, it just feels so unnatural. But
that is fair. That's what I felt like when I first started playing Fall Guys, so I probably could train myself to go back, because when I played Call of Duty back in the day, always had the Xbox controller up top.
That's cool. Just a reminder, the higher seed here is the Avengers, so they'll be able to not only host this first customs match, they're also going to be getting their server preference.
And
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as a side note, I know this doesn't mean as much because we do have a little bit of time, but for the Avengers, I want to say this to them personally. I like to lead out this kind of stuff really quick. If you win the tournament, I'll say your full name. No, all out there, 100%. I'm gonna swear on this stream.
That's totally fine. This is a 18+ stream. Alright, y'all, round 1. So something really cool with customs now, if you go into the jungle fumble mode, you can go into an instant final. So we're gonna see who wins this first round right away here. Let's see, we got Bushy going to the right door. Hixby checking left. Looks like it is going north from the right side, north again. Door opening right here. Looks like Bushy's leading the way. Is that the correct door? It is.
This is the path, and they got a lot of people in the lead. This is just a grab and win right here.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Clean and simple. MF Avengers currently leading round 1, 1 versus 0.
And that actually, if you saw at the very beginning, that was decided by the first set of doors, actually. Because if you saw, Dub Galaxy sent 3 people to the left, and the Avengers sent 3 people to the right, which means 2 to the other side. So Avengers chose the correct way with more people, so they could pull that little bit of an advantage immediately.
That's interesting. See, if I was in this scenario, I would send 2 players to the right door, 2 players to the left door, and then 1 in the middle. That way it's kind of equal. So the second one door is incorrect, then you have 2.5 kind of in a way going to the right door.
Well, I was more talking about like right when you enter the first door, you have to pick right or left. At that point, Avengers sent 3 right and Dub Galaxy sent 3 left.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If I was in their position, I would do 2-2 and then we'll have 1 wait in the middle.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly,
so
exactly.
I agree with that strategy. The only thing I think these players need to think about right now is in a race format like that, you shouldn't be thinking of what's a strategy, in my opinion. I think you should more think of this is my man and play man-on-man defense in a way, unless you think you're going to break out. Because if all of a sudden, if the path first was to the left, that would have been given a big advantage to Dub Galaxy right there.
That's true. That is really true. I guess it's kind of a gamble in a way.
It is a gamble. That was literally a coin flip for an advantage. Not for a win, for sure, but definitely an advantage.
That's true, because it is advantage if we do see a simple path, which is what we saw there. It was the simple 3 right, or excuse me, 3 north, 1 to the right, and that's the win condition. So.
Yeah, and all these players, they all know Lost Temple. They know all the routes. They know, like, well, it went this way. Most likely it's got to go this way. And they can pretty much determine the statistical outcome.
Exactly. And there's an entire Discord dedicated to Lost Temple, where you can find all the information about the algorithm, how it works, the pathing knowledge, a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. It's phenomenal. We do a lot of practice here on my channel, actually.
Who came up with a lot of that stuff for the Discord?
So the notation,
so we can shout out credit.
Yeah. So it's Breaker One's Discord where he has all that Lost Temple information. Definitely check it out. I see it's getting linked in the chat. Don't Do It Adam was actually the one that came up with the notation where sometimes people might hear us reference, oh, they're going A3 to A2 to B2 to C2. That notation was created by Don't Do It Adam, and then a lot of the data was found from Breaker One along with Alex J. Lockwood. Those 2 players have found out so much information. It's truly phenomenal stuff to learn.
I feel like that notation was when you said it was Alex came up with that, or
I believe it was Don't Do It Adam.
Don't Do It Adam. Okay, I believe Don't Do It Adam probably plays chess.
Oh,
because the notation is very much a chessboard notation. Definitely inspiration can take you a long way in how you play other games, though, and that's something I've always talked about in Fall Guys. You can bring skills from so many different aspects, whether it's speedrunning, competitive PvP games. But the thing is, we're going to be doing a jump around here.
Let's go. So, it looks like they went ahead and chose the jump around playlist, so we're gonna get 2 rounds of Jump Club, I believe it's called, and then into a Jump Showdown.
Yeah, we may not even get that, because remember, if a team is randomly the only team still standing, they are automatically awarded the victory and do not need to keep going.
That's true. If all these teams eliminate the other opponents prior to the final, that is in the rule set, the round will already be deemed won.
And you already see here, Dub Galaxy's going for a lot. Oh, that's one grab. That person's riding the bar. We'll see how long they can go and if they can trick their way out of it.
Yeah, looks like just one more to be eliminated, and there it goes. Oh my god.
But with those elims, we'll see who keeps going because this could be a big advantage. I believe it was only 2 people eliminated, and if it's 1 per team... Oh boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3v5 is
Yep.
not what you want to see on Dub Galaxy's side.
No, and unfortunately, this is, I believe, their host too. They chose this server, they chose this map.
But on the
show.
plus side, that wasn't it. They're still playing. 3v5 doesn't mean they can't come back. It's just a downfall. Versus going into the Lost Temple final that we had was literally win the map and it's over.
That's true. Literally, if they are somehow able to come back, take out 2 Avengers here, it'll be tied going into the showdown 3 versus 3.
But speaking of taking out people, we got 3 bars here.
Oh,
This is going to be deadly. But 5 people, you need to run for your life right now.
Oh my god. Those chain tap grabs are rough.
Yeah, because you're going to get chain tap grabbed, and not only that, you get chain tap grabbed by multiple people. But the thing is, the trick that they need to be doing, in my opinion, is Dub Galaxy probably should just ignore grabbing back and just stay in a pool of people together. Because if the Avengers come over with more than 1 person, they could accidentally, if played wrong, grab each other and kill each other.
That's so true. That's so true. Oh, wow. Looks like Kixby got a great grab back there. Was it enough to take down an Avenger?
I don't know, but we got 1 player. Oh, no, that's really bad.
That's
That's
not good for
really
Kixby.
bad.
Unfortunate. I believe 1 Avenger did go down there.
I don't know who the other person was, but I know there was another Dub Galaxy having an issue.
Wow.
Okay, so it was a 1-for-1. Definitely not advantageous going into a jump showdown. But if you feel like it's too disadvantageous, Dub Galaxy could try to play a split board if it comes up as that potential and go for the null this round if they feel like they can't win because of the disadvantage.
Neon, this is why you're a strategist. That is such an excellent point. They need to for sure be looking for that.
But it's going to be a challenge. So I want you to tell me a little bit about this because I've heard this strategy that you started to explain of how these tiles fall. I've heard about it before, but you're the one who's explained it, in my opinion, one of the best ways. Can you explain to the chat a little bit while we're in the early stages of the round where it's slow, how the tiles fall?
Yeah, so although all the tiles fall randomly, there is actually probabilities that you can work into it to increase. So you have a better knowledge of which tile most likely will go down next. So the way it works is the tiles are basically numbered, 1 through 8. There's 8 tiles, and a random number is generated. So when 4 goes down, it goes down, and then if 4 gets selected again, it looks to the tiles to the right of it. So the same numbers can get selected twice, and that's why you always see tiles usually go down in a row. Oh, here we go. This is getting intense. 4v2. This is not looking good for Dub Galaxy, but like Neon said, maybe they'll go for the null. Maybe they'll pull through.
Oh, this is going to be everyone together. It's going to be a hard null. They went for the suicide. Yep. There was no other play.
Smart play.
And they got 2 suicide potentials to take this on. And realistically, Dub Galaxy needs to escape 2 suicides and then win a grab off.
Insane stuff. It'll be legendary if they are able to pull this through. Looks like it is, I believe it's Mo Raz playing. I can't really see the name. Oh my god, this is intense.
But all I can say is, don't stop jumping, my friend.
Yeah, keep jumping. Try to. Oh, he survives.
Oh my lord!
Oh my god, he's still up.
But it doesn't matter when you still have all the Avengers there. You need to drop one of them so you can alleviate some of this pressure that you have. But it's too bad. You can't. You have to get a good grab. Yep.
GG's, and that does determine the round. Looks like Bushy's showing off a little bar jump. Yep, the round is now over. Players are going ahead and just get it restarted for us. Here we go. GG's, that does put the Avengers at a 2-0 lead. Remember, it is first to 5, so anything is still possible here.
So, good question to ask.
Mhm.
In the situation that, and I know this happens in some maps, if people die at the exact same time, sometimes they don't award any crowns.
Yeah, I don't
Does that
have
make it a
in the...
null in that case?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that in the rule set per se, but no crown was won, or there's no declared winner, so I guess it would be null.
Okay.
That's a really good point. So I guess, I mean, if in this scenario where we clearly see, you know, the Avengers won 3-0 with in terms of players remaining, and then they accidentally all jump off to help us get the lobby restarted. I think we can all know who won that episode.
No, we have to punish the people for trying to make the tournament shorter.
That's right.
But that does give it Avengers a 2-0 lead on a 1st to 5.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Dub Galaxy, what mode they will come up with next year. Oh, looks like they decided to go into an instant roll-off. Oh, I love this. They decided to change it up. They said, you know what? Jump around wasn't working for us. Let's go ahead and change it.
So is it Serpentine picks the order then?
Yes.
Because I believe okay, so it's Avengers, Galaxy, Avengers.
No. I'm sorry.
So,
it's whoever loses.
It's whoever loses. Okay, I thought it was just a trade-off, so that's fair. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So first host is the higher seed. Every other host is the loser of the previous episode.
Okay, so that does give a full advantage to Avengers then, because they've won something they didn't get to pick. So if anyone here follows tennis, that's like basically a break point for those who do understand. For those who don't worry about it. You don't need to know. But we are going to have a very spicy round here because we do have connected roll-off, and we're not actually seeing any of the formats with the low grab or anything.
Yeah, these are all the old 20 variants, and it looks like we do have Pillar Trench Blue with 5-wall orange for my roll-off nerds out there. This is the hardest variation of orange, the second easiest roller for blue. So definitely we'll see a lot of potential wall kills here. There are 3 walls on Pillar Trench and 5 walls on 5-wall orange.
Do you expect to see any player try to send one of their players off if they get an advantage to do one coloring it for a while, just to try and make it safer for the rest of their players to not desync?
Oh, switching to a 1 roll? I fully expect or hope to see players will send, once they have an advantage, will send someone off to do some 1 rolls, just, you know, stay away from the other players, play it super safe, and then it does force the other team's hand to make them to try to go out of their safe position to go over there and try to deal with them. Looks like Bushy does go down there. It's not seeing the gap behind the wall.
And there was another person who fell right there as well. It does look like we had 2 people from the Avengers drop there.
Wow, that's really good for Dub Galaxy. They needed this break.
Yeah, this is going to be really big. There's a high potential. They have to play it out, but this is a map where I was talking about last time, accidentally grabbing the wrong person. When the map itself is moving like this, you're going to have problems just like that. The map was moving. They went for a suicide there.
Oh,
they still have an advantage.
Yep, 3 versus 2, I believe now.
Yeah, you can just pull them down with you, but you have to get that clean grab. If you grab a teammate, you pretty much just gave that whole advantage back, and that was close, almost to death, but surviving there on Dub Galaxy side.
Well, I'm so locked into watching this right now. This is absolutely insane. What beautiful gameplay going on from both sides.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy that I love about this tournament, as we're having such a tough matches right now, is you can't just prepare for solo show and just be ready for a variety of rounds. You have to be ready for specific shows that could pop up, and we do have a lot of fighting going on. Oh my lord, the roll to safety.
Woo! No one going down there, living to see another cycle.
All right, and as we're sitting here fighting it out, we'll see who can get this advantage, because Avengers are doing what they can to survive, but they do have that disadvantage where just a 1 suicide grab could be everything for them if it goes wrong.
That's
Or
true.
if with this speed, it's going to be very hard, but you could see a double pop into a wall bang.
Oh my god, it's now a 1v1.
That did not go well for Dub Galaxy at this point.
Yeah, Dub Galaxy member went down, and then an Avengers went for the suicide play. Really smart.
Who are we still sitting with right now on the screen? Oh, that dive!
Oh my god, the Avengers, I believe, come through again. Wow. GG's.
I think they were going for a dive, and it just looked like their timing was wrong, or they got pantsed in that situation.
Yeah.
And they just didn't go where they wanted to go, and just threw him off their game. Threw him off his groove, man.
Wow, we're seeing another win here from the Avengers. It hurts to see. The Dub Galaxy did have a nice lead there for a while. Whew.
So that's a full 3-0 right now, with the Avengers taking a big lead. Galaxy's going to have to make up a play, because that is 2 games that they have picked so far that Avengers have stepped up and said no. And that's something else you have to think about, and the captain needs to think about. Who are you playing and what players are on that team? Because certain players can dominate certain rounds.
That's true. I really hope to see Dub Galaxy bring out another mode. Maybe they were theorizing bringing out that they didn't want to necessarily play. But, I mean, their backs are up against the wall now. They are down 3-0. If the Avengers just come away with 2 more wins, they're out of the tournament.
The thing is, I'd be scared of what the Avengers can put down, because from my knowledge, I don't have the full knowledge of all the players. I know Bushy is one insane speedrunner, so things like Lily Leapers, you cannot be messing with.
Oh yeah, it actually, Lily Leapers is one of the banned episodes.
It is? Okay.
Yes.
I need to pull up this list. I know it changed recently, because Fall Guys likes changing stuff all the time.
yes, but no, I went ahead and there's a legal and banned show list within the rules on the bottom of the rule set, for the captains to choose from.
By the way, Dub Galaxy, you need to step up your game. I just chose you as a dark horse. I need you to step up just a little bit.
This is aligning for a great dark horse, play.
It is. Yeah. You know what? Let's Yankees versus Boston Red Sox. Let's make that comeback. Come on.
I love it.
But at this point, we're going to go back into a hexaterrestrial here. We've seen a few of these in the full solo rounds, but let's see if Dub Galaxy can pull off the win here now.
So, interestingly enough, this actually isn't a hexaterrestrial final. This is a hexaterrestrial round 1.
Oh, did they pick the hex rounds?
Hexathon, correct.
Oh, so that means we have a chance to see a hexarule or a hexagon as our final then.
That's true. And you know what's even more interesting? If it is a hexagon final, there will only be 3 to 4 of them in the final. So maybe we'll see a win prior to that. And maybe we also might see an accidental hexagon timeout, which could definitely happen, where the round could be deemed null.
The problem that could come up is when you're looking at this show type, hexarule, a lot easier to handle if you're down 1 player or 2, because it's really hard to just full on destroy someone and teamwork together. Whereas this map and a hexagon, you can work your team together, and if you have an advantage, you've pretty much confirmed your win.
Let's see. Looks like there is a delay on one stream now, but that's okay. Wow. 4v3 going into the round 2 with Dub Galaxy leading.
Yeah, that is a 4v3, like you said, with Dub Galaxy leading, which means if this is a hexagon, this could be very good. So it is the hexagon, so they have the advantage, so they can try and force one of their players up high, and preferably your strongest player at hexa roll, so that way they are confirmed to go to it.
Correct. That was a really good point. I personally, I love to see that we're going to be seeing a hexa roll final in this tournament. It is such an awesome final to spectate.
That's a lot of room. I've never seen someone given like the whole starting area.
Right.
That was a really good grab there, though.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if the Avengers do have some type of plan with like dropping early like that, like to cut off their own section. It was very interesting.
So yeah, dropping early is a potential, because you can pull out a section, but the thing about dropping early also is if you know everything's going to be burnt out by layer, like the third to the bottom layer or second to the bottom layer, if you make holes there, people sometimes can't prepare when they get that low, and it's just going to become problematic for everyone.
That's true. That is very true. I'm definitely keen on watching Dub Galaxy play this because, again, they do have that 4 to 3 player lead.
Yeah, I just want to see what's going on with their other players because I don't know, but I think they left someone up height. Yeah, so there's...
Yep.
So we have a high purple on Dub Galaxy, and then everyone else is fighting it down on purple. It seems like Dub Galaxy is going to go for the hopeful kill off 2 from Avengers, and if they can do that, a 4v1 on Hexaroll it's all she wrote.
Yeah, another aspect that could happen here is the accidental timeout. I'm not sure how far along this has gone, but that would be cool.
That was a really good grab there by Avengers, I'm just going to say.
Yeah, no, totally. That was so beautifully played. Totally caught the Avengers off guard there. Yeah, it looks like Dub Galaxy has so much to work with.
But Dub Galaxy does have is doing really well. They got a lot of higher up players. I think there was supposed to be a jump there.
Yep, that's some of the new jump physics. People got to make sure they're jumping early. The coyote jumps are now gone.
So this is going to be a little problematic because you do want to survive, but you do want... Now there's 2 Dub Galaxy, or 2 of each team on the bottom, so the game can end if it's cut off just right. So you need to separate just the right amount of spaces, but maybe get a kill if you can. Because that kill could be everything. Oh, that's really bad right there.
Yep, is now tied up 3 versus 3.
Yeah, we'll see what Avengers can do right here. If they got enough space, there's a lot of space, but who?
Oh, I didn't see who went down.
Oh, this could change everything. If it's 1-1, it's not bad. Oh, buddy, how the turns have tabled.
Yep, the Avengers are now going into this Hexaring with a 3-2 player lead. Wow.
So this 3-2 lead is going to be advantageous, but I still stand by Hexaroll is something that you need either a huge advantage to take advantage of a team-style game on versus just a one-player advantage, because it's very easy to annoy someone, but if you pull too far ahead and are just focused on blocking, you're not going to be ready when the gaps come up usually. So you have to pay attention to so many things at once that it's hard to grief and still win. And we're playing on a super small roller here.
Woo. I think a lot of Hexaring 2 comes down to cycle awareness, knowing what is left to come up on the next cycle, and that is something that the team members in the VC can really help them with.
Yeah, not only that, it's going to be because you already see the grabbing. They literally have one of their players that just goes stand off on their own, it looks like, from Avengers, and just chills and learns the map, just plays the game, while everyone else is just full on grabbing. And the thing that's advantageous about that is if Dub Galaxy's just sitting here having to grab someone and get grabbed all day, they do not have time to focus the map. So they really need to rely on their players giving clear communications and quick. Because if it's a long communication, they don't have time to adjust for it.
That's true. Yeah, they're going to need very quick and precise comms.
And as we're getting around to the first lap, we'll start seeing how much is broken. We're going to probably start seeing some of this red default to the point where we are probably only going to see one more lap with how many, since everyone is still alive right now.
Yeah, if we do see a full another lap, there's definitely going to be some players going down.
Yeah, this could definitely turn into a slime dive. And we'll see what happens on that.
True. It could come down to that. Which host would have the advantage? Or excuse me, the person with the higher ping would have the advantage, actually.
Yeah, highest ping will have the advantage, but also advantage will go to the player who decides to stay up at the top of the circle. Because if you're playing far forward, yeah, you can get to the next sections quicker. But if there's literally nowhere to go, you're closer to the slime.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. What a grab.
I believe there's only one.
Now it's one.
Yeah, it should just be one member remaining. They go down. I believe that's GG's for the Avengers. Dang.
Yeah, you see the spinning. He knows it.
Yep, it is now over for them. Jumping off. Another win for the Avengers. Wow.
So that's going to go 4-0 for the Avengers, and they are avenging their not first place bye right now and doing what they need to do.
That's true. They're getting ready for the semifinals when they're going to have to go against Backspawn Boys, the #1 seed.
Yeah, and Dub Galaxy is going to be able to chill out here, do what they can. But you got to remember, having a bye on Seed 1, Backspawn Boys basically is getting to watch what happens and know what to do. Avengers honestly needs to 5-0 this because they need to make sure they don't look weak anywhere. Because if they look weak on any round, Backspawn Boys will just walk straight into the semifinals and go, that's what we're picking.
Wow, that's such a great point, Neon. Yeah, if you show that you do have a huge struggle on a certain type of round, that is really smart. The Backspawn Boys could pick up that knowledge and abuse it.
Yeah, so like if Dub Galaxy does make that huge turnaround and this ends up being like 4-4 and then goes to someone winning, that means you've lost 4. That means you lost 4 games. That means someone has 4 games that they are aware that you lost on and how you lost on it.
That's true. That's a really good point as well. Alright, looks like we are getting comms that this will be a restart, so ignore this temple that we're loading into. Looks like there was an unfortunate... Looks like a lot of players weren't connecting. Not sure what was exactly going on. But we'll go ahead and get this restarted pretty quickly.
The question is, are they actually picking temple?
It does look like that. Maybe it was just a
that's
fluke?
kind of... Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know if Galaxy did not have close to a chance on that first round when they still did temple, so it's really wilding seeing them actually choose to do temple. I guess they're gonna run it.
Yeah, they're just waiting.
Oh, they're probably just waiting confirmation just to make sure.
That was funny.
But the question is Galaxy picking it for the reason that they heard what we talked about and are going to try and man-to-man it or do 2-2 and 1 in the middle?
Yeah.
Or what's their strategy? Because they can't go at it with the same strategy unless they're going to go for, let's coin flip it again for 3 going one way. In all honesty, if you want to coin flip it, send all 5 to the right, and if you get it right, no one's going to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, maybe they ran a bunch of temples together during scrims versus another team, and they won 90%, and we just saw that first 10%, you know? Who knows? They might be able to come back here.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the Avengers, I would definitely, or at least the captain, I'd be telling my team, you cannot get confident though we won the last round. I know you're confident that you guys won 4 in a row, but that does not mean you're still winning. There is still a victory to be had before you can go on to the semifinals.
Yep, 8 is the captain of the Avengers, and I know he is a great strategic player, so I'm sure he's reminding his team of all that information.
Yeah, we'll get to actually see what happens. I honestly stand by. I think this is going to be decided by the first doors if they do not go at an even spread. If more of one team go to the correct first door, I think that team has a distinct advantage.
Well, I think if we do see a backwards path, it could change the advantage depending on who was actually running behind in that moment of the temple. It is going left at the start. It is 3-2 Avengers again.
But it was a slow find here. It looks like Avengers didn't communicate. They sent too many people to that top door and actually fell a little behind. It is a one-pather, so they know. Oh, it's going backwards a little bit? Nope.
Yep, it looks like Dub Galaxy has a huge lead here. First to the crown room.
Bad bouncer for Avengers there when they were keeping up in the front.
Trying to catch up. Got a bad kank. There we are. First win from Dub Galaxy. Let's go. Is this the epic comeback y'all are excited for? Let's see it.
Come on, Galaxy. You're my dark horse. You got this.
I believe. They finally are on the board. Anything is possible.
By the way, chat, just need to make sure I am an unbiased caster. I am only rooting on Galaxy because I've chose them to be my dark horse, not because I'm rooting for them.
Unfortunate circumstance here for Dub Galaxy, though. It is now the Avengers' right to host, and it will continue to be their right to host until Dub Galaxy potentially wins, because if they keep winning, the Avengers keep being able to host. But they have to keep winning because they need to get to 5. And they need to get 4 in a row here. So they're completely like at the hand of the Avengers in terms of what they pick.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Galaxy can take the Avengers on in every single map that they pick, they deserve to go on because the Avengers just did it back to them. But with the players that are on the Avengers, I expect to see some survival rounds and some race rounds specifically. I think they are more fans of those. Cool.
Looks like,
as I saw him hover slime scraper time.
Yeah, looks like Bushy is scrolling through the maps right now. Bushy was just checking to see what's available. He hasn't joined the actual lobby yet. Probably just in comms talking to the team about what they're going to do to try to lock this bracket away for them.
And we still got to see everyone back out, I believe, of Dub Galaxy, because this does mean the Avengers are the host and everything now. Or... because I thought Bushy was the host for the Avengers.
No, 8's the captain, so 8 is hosting.
Oh yeah, 8. Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. There we go. Beautiful. I'm glad these games seem to be running fairly quickly. I wasn't sure exactly how much downtime there would be in between games, but this seems to be some really back-to-back quick action. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get some roll call out here right now.
Wow. Okay. Avengers are picking roll call.
I said survival round, right?
Yeah, and remember how well they did the last time. They were down and they came back through great communication.
Yeah, and it's just going to go straight to the final, so they don't even have to work. They definitely have a lot of communication. They know how to play when they're down. They know how to work the situation. So let's see if they can do that one more time. But let's also see if Galaxy learned from what they made wrong mistakes on last time and can correct those and pull this win out. Oh, that's a crazy start.
They tried double pop.
They definitely did.
Bushy was all over there by himself on that spawn.
Oh, if I was Bushy, I would have been like, all right, how fast can I press this jump button?
Yeah, I'm sure he was spamming it. If you go back in the VOD and look at his control overlay there.
Alrighty, so the first rounds of this, we're not going to see much, but I'll let you take it from here. You know the roll-off a lot better than me. You can tell me what style of roll-off this is, which version it is, versus me being able just to call what people are specifically doing in the moment.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a fairly simple roller on the orange side called closed open. Nothing too special about it. There is one medium-sized gap. That's basically all there is. And on the blue side, we do have the easy 4, as some people call it, which basically means every single gap is easily jumpable. It is the easiest roller. Blue is the roller where most people get their first time out on.
So this is the map that, just to make sure I'm on the same page, this is the one where it's just you have all the small jumps and it's like 2 walls on the blue.
Correct. And then on the orange side, there'll be this one wall coming up, and then in a little bit later, we're going to see the medium-sized gap followed by a close wall. Yep, there it is.
Alrighty. So this is actually going to be a lot harder to kill someone then, because these maps are, with these small walls, you can't just be grabbed, because even if they double pop you, you have time to get a jump and a dive to get to the other side of the gap. It's not a huge gap. So this game is going to be revolved around a lot of wall bangs and suicides if an advantage happens. So I'm expecting desync to take a big part of this map.
Yeah, I am worried that desync will have a huge effect here, because this should go on longer. Like you said, there's less opportunities for the wall grabs, just because there's way less walls. Last roll-off we had, there was 8 walls. This time there's only 4. So that is a huge difference. This round will last longer. It's gonna get crazy here. No one has dropped yet. It's still all 10 players remaining. 5v5.
Yeah, and I can see that we are going to definitely have to deal with desync soon, and players are going to have to spread their players out. Like, teams are going to have to split their players out, because if you put them in the same routes, all of a sudden you'll desync each other, and you're going to have to get your players ready who can do the one walls or the one rollers.
True. I know Bushy's pretty good at it. He is in the 5-wall club mini. He has done the hardest one roll in the game. Looks like one player did go down there. It is a member of the Avengers. We now have a 5-4 player advantage from Dub Galaxy. Will they be able to hold this and stay alive? For anyone just tuning in, if the Avengers wins once more, this bracket is over. They are moving on, and Dub Galaxy will be out of the tournament.
Well, it's currently now a 4v3 in the Avengers side, and now a 4v2.
Oh no.
So Dub Galaxy is going to have to take on 2 players for each player they have, or it's over.
Yep.
Oh my lord, what a dive!
Bushy goes down, his grab didn't stay connected. They just need one more. That's a 1v1!
A 1v1! This is your chance, make your comeback. You know what you did last time. They're just currently just trying to get their spacing back so they can reset and be prepared for what they need to do.
And this is actually up to Kixby, who are we currently watching on the right side. Watch their play in real time.
Oh,
The
the
beautiful grab before the wall transfer. Oh my god.
So Galaxy and Avengers are going back and forth on the same round styles to show you won the last one, but I can win this one, showing us that seed 4 and 5, as they should be, are evenly matched across the board. The score may not show it, but Avengers pulled those early wins, and Galaxy's showing them they can do just the same.
Yep, Kixby had such a beautifully timed grab there, and as you said, they are evenly matched, and we're now finally seeing that. Woo.
But again, Avengers gets to pick every single round from here on out. They chose, well, let's see, they chose this, the trolled roll call. It didn't work for them. What are they going to pick next?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another round where they just completely dominated, and I believe that was jump around, so I wouldn't be surprised if they switch over to that. Looks like we are loading in. Time to find out what they chose. Might see another hexathon as well. They did do a really good job in there.
Hexathon and jump around are probably the best ones. The thing they got to worry about with Hexathon is they did lose a big advantage at the start, and then they had to play a comeback to get there. So we are seeing jump around.
Wow. All right. Let's see if Dub Galaxy can change the course here, because they are off server. They're not on their home server. The Avengers did have server preference.
Yeah, and that server preference is going to add up to be a lot. I do not know what server preference that either team does have. I believe the Avengers are playing probably East or Central.
Yeah, I believe, let's see. The Avengers are on US East, but the Dub Galaxy team are, I believe they're actually, it says US West as their chosen server, but I think they spoke with the mods and they went ahead and changed to East.
All right, well, if that's the case, then even if it's US across the board, we shouldn't see too many issues going on. But with these fruits, we could see some random problems that do occur, even with a 1 bar. As I say, it does say that we have 1 eliminated.
This actually might be a restart.
Okay, so the players are, because it does look like we only have 4 Avengers and 5 of Dub Galaxy. Someone may have not loaded in, or there was an early kill. I do not know which. We'll find out soon once the mods are able to declare that. But as of right now, we will continue playing this round as if it were real.
True.
And we do see the advantage on Dub Galaxy. We see the qual. We ended up seeing someone else drop. So let's see what happens as the mods decide this. But currently, we have... Yeah, with only 1 person dropping in that screen, it does look like it was a disconnect. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, so it looks like they are going to head and restart this episode. Unfortunately, Flash did crash before the 3, 2, 1 go, which is the rule. If you disconnect prior to the rounds go in the first 2 episodes, or first 2 rounds, being that this was the first round, you are able to go ahead and back out. But they're only allowed to do that once per bracket. So this is Flash's, or excuse me, the team that Flash is on, their 1 back out for the day. Let me just go ahead and confirm that real quick.
So that means that that's the case. Avengers do not have a back out.
Oh, excuse me, for the bracket. So they don't have any more backouts for this bracket.
For this round of the bracket or the whole bracket?
For this round of the bracket, excuse me. So
this
for the
round
bracket
of
of 8, yes.
Okay. So that means if they go in with a DC again before round, they're just going to play down the man and have to figure it out.
Exactly. So hopefully Flash doesn't have any ongoing issues. I'm sure it shouldn't be too big of an issue, but now we're just going to wait for Flash to go ahead and restart his client and get in here.
However, on a side note, as bad as it is for people to be disconnecting, that is going to put pressure on the Avengers, because that's just going to be something they're thinking about in the background. It's going to be something that's going to put pressure on them. And Galaxy gets the ease of being able to work with that pressure and be able just to try and put upon that more pressure so Avengers cannot come back from it.
That's true. Yeah, they don't have any more restarts this bracket. I mean, they do have that comfy 4-2 lead still, so, but they, like you said, they can't get too comfortable too, so I'm sure they're having that conversation in their chat. They have dropped 2 games in a row. That'll lock it in.
Yeah, like you just said, they had a 4-0 lead. It's now 4-2. It can easily get 2 more and be a 4-4.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Yeah, it could easily happen. I am really curious to see how this jump around is going to play out if they do choose to drop into that again. We did see Dub Galaxy have a really rough go at their last jump around performance, but they have been turning things around. Well,
yeah, every round that they've been thrown at that they've already lost once to Avengers, they've shown we can win this. Just give us the extra chance. We learned it once, we learned what you do, and we're just going to play now.
Yeah, no, totally.
So probably just waiting on Flash to get in. So got to ask you while we're waiting for this moment, so far, what's your favorite moment this stream that you've had, this tournament? What's your favorite moment so far?
Favorite moment was definitely the grab Kixby had before. I'm not sure which player that was remaining in the Avengers. And that last roll-off we just had, it was a 1v1. The wall was coming up. They did a tap grab right before they transferred to the orange side. Before that wall came up, the Avengers just got smacked into that wall and just got thrown into the slime. It was such a perfectly timed grab. Definitely is a highlight to me. It's probably going to be one of the highlights of the tournament.
Yeah, that was definitely a big play, being able to pull that victory out for your team. So far, I think it's not so much of a specific event, but right now it's not a full comeback yet. But I am on board with Galaxy so far, coming back that 4-0 just to get 2.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is the biggest comeback in Fall Masters history.
That's true. That is a factual statement.
So Dub Galaxy, if you keep going, you have the biggest comeback to go with. Keep it up.
Yeah, and it also just makes me really happy to see. I never ever want to see any team in any tournament getting 5-0'd. That's just not a good time. So I'm really happy to see that they were able to put 2 points on the board at the very least.
To be fair, Backspawn boys with their bye technically 5-0'd.
True.
They 5-0'd no one, but they 5-0'd.
Should I put a 5 up there on that number?
I don't know, chat. While we're waiting, should he put a 5 up there on that number? You tell me.
I'm sure Josh will have something to say. He is the team captain. He's like, put that 5 up there.
Just put a 7 up there.
Oh yeah, because the final round will go to best of 7. Or first of 7. Oh my god, that's so funny.
There he is.
Let's go, Joshin. All right, there we go. 5 up there. It's technically true. They did win by default. So.
Now, we'll see though. Avengers are the first team to win 4 games though. Actually win the games though.
That's true. That is very true.
I couldn't say 3 because Backspawn boys took the first 3.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a fantastic showing in the seeding bracket.
Which is why they get to relax and do whatever. But think about it this way. Even though they're relaxing, they're probably playing some practice games. Playing practice games and stuff and just going into solos, having your people play whatever, squads, however you want to do it, is not the same as playing a 5v5 in these matchups. So in this next round, whoever wins between Galaxy and Adventure is going to have an idea of how these matchups work and some strategies to play around with, where Backspawn boys only have what they've seen and are going to have to play the matches to however they can because they're not used to 5v5 play.
That's true. I mean, maybe they have practiced 5v5 play before. I know some teams were practicing doing some scrims. And then also in the pub server that 86 Sanity runs, they do occasional 5v5s just for fun. For their scoring system over there. So maybe they do have some experience, but like you said, a lot of people don't. This is a new format that is brought to Fall Guys.
Yeah, and if you think of it like in a sports scenario or any other esports as well, like the team that has to wait for the bye sometimes will get quote unquote rusty, because they don't have these games just constantly playing and they're not just already warmed up. They're just going into a game after stopping their play for a bit.
That's true. Yeah, they're waiting on this bye and then they're gonna be waiting on the second half of the round 1 bracket to be played. And then they'll be playing in the semifinals. So that is a ways to wait.
Yeah, so we are getting to the 10 people, so we're going to be going into this jump club now, this jump around. We'll see if Galaxy can turn it around.
Nice little rhyme there, Neon.
I don't think it counts as a rhyme if I said the same word.
Oh.
But I'll take it.
All right, hopefully no disconnects going into this jump around here. It looks like it still says 2 a limb, so I believe the numbers should be correct here. Sure, we'll find out shortly.
it does look like I see 5. I see 5. All right, so we're good. But the thing that could be a problem is now we don't have the hard version of this last time, because last time we had the 1 bar and shooters with fruit, so that way it was going to be a little more difficult having to worry about the fruit. Now it's just a single bar, so
wow,
it could be beneficial.
Yeah,
so
usually when you have 10 people loading into a customs, you go straight to round 2 on jump up round. So maybe we'll see 3 rounds of jump club. That'd be crazy. We'll have a very small final.
If we eliminate 2, we'll probably do 2-2 final, so I'm expecting 3. We might do 2, we could see. But with just 1 bar, there's a chance we could just see all rounds if we just get a crazy timeout. Because with 1 bar, it's kind of hard to kill someone, because you can definitely have your whole team group up together on one side, like literally, like what they're doing. Dub Galaxy's got blue, and then Avengers got yellow, and you don't want to send one person to a pile of 4.
It's like they have their own turf right now. Look at that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you were in this and you were on Avengers right now, would you run into this?
No, heck no. I'd stay on my own team's turf.
Galaxy's playing the game where they're like, okay, guys, let's actually play as a team, and if anyone tries to come over on us, we're going to ruin them. Yeah. Whereas Avengers, if anyone wants to attack, they have to come over full plan. Like, you saw that attack there? He got out just fine, but if that was a grab by a different player on Galaxy, it was over for that Avenger.
I was wondering why the team started merging at the very end there. It was because it was about a timeout, so they're just, fronting a little bit there.
Yeah, I really want to see a little bit more grabbing, but I understand the safety in numbers. Galaxy is playing what they need to do to get to the final, because remember, if they keep playing and they get and someone on their team gets a crown at the end, even if Avengers do, let's just do another round. Like, they'll happily do another round if they don't lose.
That's true. Yeah, like you had mentioned before, like they could go for the null here if somehow Galaxy does end up behind going into the showdown again. Maybe they would be able to force a timeout again. Is this 3 bar? It looks like, wow. So we're skipping to the 3 bar from the 1 bar. That's crazy.
But still no fruit. If we had a 3 bar, I'm waiting for the team that picks jump around and we get 3 bar fruit.
I mean, very rarely will this time out, just because in order to time it out, people need to be playing friendly with each other, which is definitely not going to be the case here. So I believe we will see all 3 elims here and then have a 7-player jump showdown final.
I think there's a potential, because Galaxy could still group up, and if you're grouped as your 5, we still have that same issue where no one wants to run into that.
Looks like a member of Galaxy already goes down. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that's not going to be great, but let's see if we can get an even 1-1 here. We got another player going down, and it looked like it was another Galaxy. So Galaxy's already down to a 3-5. They have to kill someone, or they're going to be going into a 2-5, and that's not going to be fightable.
It's like Bushy might be going down here, and he does.
So that was really good on Dub Galaxy's part to pull off a strong player from the opposing team.
True.
Definitely their streamers, so that's definitely going to help them going into this next round.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that it is a 4v5, but you have way more control compared to the previous. I believe it was a 3v something, 3v5 in their last, or no, I forget what their last situation was in Jump Showdown, but it was a 2v4. It was a 2v4.
Yeah.
So this is a much better scenario.
Yeah, so at least this is potential. It's still Avengers can suicide out, but now if you mess up one suicide, it's over.
Yes,
and again,
yes.
Galaxy always has the option. If it is a split board, you can always go for the null if you need to. And I think that is always a potential, is to keep the null in the back pocket.
Yes, yes. I'm sure that's being thrown around in the comms, especially from the players that unfortunately had to go down early.
Yeah, so now we're going to be seeing what goes on. But this does mean Bushy, even though he is out now, is their comms player.
True. He's on comms, and it looks like we actually have a slow bar, which is a new variant of Jump Showdown that I believe was added when the game went free to play. So this Jump Showdown will take a bit longer to get going until the bar is at a speed where players do feel comfortable going for kills.
All right, looks like they were trying. They were going to hold together, and Dub Galaxy said, nope, I already see this. I can't do this yet. But you see on the other side, there is a potential island forming. It is breaking, so high potential based on what broke that bridge is going to have a single here.
Yeah, if I was Dub Galaxy, I would try to get a member over there if possible.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the member going over yet because, like you know, that is the hot tile with the highest percentage to fall right now. You don't want to send something over there yet.
They
if
still
you
need
have
the
to
strength
come
in
back.
numbers. That's correct.
And it does look like that one's going to break, I think, is the one shaking. Yeah, so sending over there is a problem. But the thing is, you do have people on both sides, and it's a 2v2 over here, which means it's a 1v2 over there.
Oh,
you better
no.
hope that...
A Galaxy member goes down. Now a 4v2 yet again.
And it's all combined, so we'll see if this 4v2 goes well. But Galaxy's kind of grouped up next to each other, and that's kind of bad because they can't afford to be grabbing when they're next to each other like that. Now, if one player left, I do not see hope here, but you never know what could happen.
Never know. This would be the most epic comeback story of all time. They actually do get 2 players out. It's a 1v2.
This is 2 of them. I don't know, but this is the gameplay that was needed. There was an attempted grab to shove through the middle. Always good to make sure they're aware of where the map is currently at.
Oh my god, what are we watching? This is insane.
I don't know, but you need to survive another 2. If you can kill 1, I'm sure they don't want to mess with you much more than that.
Yeah, that's very true.
And he is trying to get grabs, which is really good there because you do not want to just be playing passively right now. Otherwise, you'll just let the opponents just take over the game and everything on you.
That's true. Yeah, he's really running the pace here. Oh my god.
Yeah, you can see Avengers, they're not... Yeah, Avengers aren't going for the attack. They're making Galaxy do the attack, it looks like. They're getting a couple grabs here and there, but nothing that's super threatening to them.
There's a suicide grab. Yep. Wow, what a great showing from that remaining Galaxy player, though. And that's...
Yeah, great.
Oh my god.
Great job to Dub Galaxy, coming back from a 4v1 to a getting it down to 2v1, but it does not matter. Avengers had too much of a lead. You couldn't come back from that. Dub Galaxy, you played a great game. You fought back even though you were 4-0. And that is just disheartening to most players, but still pulling up 2 victories being behind is really good work.
Yeah, and not only did they bring back 2 games, they had some fantastic moments, so nothing to scoff at for sure. They played their hearts out, and I want to thank Dub Galaxy for participating in the first ever Fall Masters.
Yeah, thank you for playing, and that does mean our semifinals are going to be currently Backspawn Boys and the Avengers going at it.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that matchup.
Oh, it's gonna be a wild one.
All right, we'll be switching to our Be Right Back scene for about 10 to 15 minutes, but we'll be back quickly, y'all. Thank you all so much again for hanging out and watching and supporting Fall Masters. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be back shortly. All right, and we are back with the second bracket of round 1.
All right, I am excited for this round only for the fact it is going to be a lot crazier because not only will we be casting one game, we will be casting 2 games at once.
Yes. Gonna be a lot to cast, but it'll be a lot of really quick action. Hopefully the final moments on each bracket won't line up too well, so we can be able to properly commentate for both, but regardless, it's going to be a lot of action, that's for sure.
I'm rooting for the guys. I'm saying it right now. Do you not see that dancing Pikachu?
Yes, that is super. Oh, I love that dancing Pikachu emote that he has. So awesome.
So Supa's the streamer for guys? The guys?
Yes, and the team captain.
Okay, so who all is streaming for all these people? Is it the team captain streaming, or who is it?
So let's see, we have Supa in the top left representing for the guys, also the team captain. We have only 3-Put, who is on Team Heisenberg Blue, who's directly up against the guys. And then going down to the bottom left, let me fix that, get that in full screen for all of us. We got Squeegee Eevee, the team captain of the Messengers. And then on the bottom right, we have Enema74, the team captain of Max Out City.
You see, I have a problem because Messengers need to win and the guys need to win because I want to see Pikachu versus Eevee. It is literally the Let's Go branding right there. Let's Go Pokemon, Pikachu versus Eevee. It's right there. I'm sorry, Max Out City. I'm sorry, Heisenberg's Blue. They just have the story written already to this tournament.
They do. That would make for a great matchup there. Just so y'all are aware of the seedings, the guys were seeded 3 and Heisenberg Blue were seeded 6, and then going down to the bottom side we have the Messengers, who had the 2nd seed after that great game 3, and then Max Out City with the 7th seed.
Okay, so I gotta remember the advantage is currently in the guys in Messengers court based off of a full custom, which again, guys, is very different coming into this as we just saw in the last round.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how these matchups go.
Yeah, I want to know what strategies people are bringing, because it looked like the strategy we were seeing from our previous teams was a lot of survival rounds and straight to final rounds versus doing any kind of races or anything like that.
True. Yeah, I don't think we've seen, I could be wrong, but I don't think we've seen any team drop into a solo show yet.
We have not. And I feel like a lot of the players do not like the randomness that can happen from the warps, and they just want to avoid that potential.
That's very true. Yeah, we're going to see some very educated show selection here. They probably have already discussed a whole lineup of shows that they want in case that they can't pick whatever, or if something's not working out in their favor. But it does look like, I believe it's the Messengers do have first host priority, or first host choice. It looks like they're going to be choosing Thin Ice Trials. We have not seen that yet.
Ice Trial. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one coming out of here, but that is your big team-oriented game, so I wonder how that is going to go. But I do see the other team hovering solo show.
Oh, wow, I think they just clicked start, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they wanted to show us up, but that is the most randomness that can happen. You need to be ready for literally every option.
Oh my god, a Warped Frantic Factory. Good luck to those competitors. Wow.
Alrighty, so we got to keep up with this with both rounds right now. I expect the Warped Frantic Factory to end first, but this Thin Ice is going to have kills a lot sooner.
Yes, that is really true. And then something to keep in mind for up top. Remember, 3-Put was the person who got first. Oh my god, going down so quickly. What happened, Neon? I did not catch that.
So what happened is they were going to try an island off the middle or cut through the middle, and they walked too close to the side and just gave the Messengers the opportunity to run up, grab, and say, no, you were on the outer tile. You're dead.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Definitely a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate early elimination there. I believe that was from Nima.
Yeah, and that's really bad because this isn't like the final round where you can make some plays, come back, cut off the round. You're just going to reset the map and be down a person just like almost like that again.
Woo! Yeah, they need a messenger to go down here, so it's an even 4v4 going into round 2.
Yeah, all these thin ices are going to go to the very end that you'll probably see what the outcomes are going to be in the very final of thin ice. And that's the big thing about thin ice trials is we're just going to see that and that alone, where we see people qualifying up in the top right now and getting themselves in 4 out of 7. But like I was saying, with the thin ice, literally what you just saw in that round 1 is probably just going to happen again in round 2. Each map is going to be roughly the same, so you look at who's been doing the best and you need to target them off the other team. But in this frantic factory, we are down to the final 3 to qual, so this is going to be a little dangerous right now. We see 4 out of 5 over there on Heisenberg Blue, but not so hot over on the other side.
Oh yeah, that player... Is that Supa? I can't tell if he's spectating or if that's him playing, but it looks like they're only at 1 out of 5 points at the moment. Oh, they're helping someone else qual. That's so smart. Because they probably already know that they're out.
Definitely the play to go. Oh, and it didn't even work. The guy still got in. You need to go jump grab. Because 3 people got eliminated up there, so we'll see what those outcomes are.
Yeah, I think
as we're
Heisenberg
looking
Blue
down.
really pulled through on that one. It is a 4v3.
Yeah, 4v3 in the favor of, you said Heisenberg Blue, right?
Yes, they are the blue cracked looking beans.
Okay, but when you go back down here, we do see how many messengers are on this board right now.
It is a 5v3 in favor of the messengers, yeah.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see on round 2, but it is thin ice, which means it is a little bit more forgiving than most, where we're just going straight into the final up top. So we got something to focus on, as we've seen a lot of lost temples, but now it's a warped lost temple.
Yes, and the Heisenberg Blue does have a 4v3. I'm interested to see how they divvy this up. Are they going to do 2 and 2, or are they going to stick on the guys here?
I think they definitely need to do what they can, leave a person on each player. They want to try to man-to-man, even though they're down 1, so that way they can focus and not let anyone get free area.
This is not looking good. Oh my god,
Blue
actually
the advantage.
Might have the win here. He does have a decent lead if he's able to platform this last room properly. Oh my god, there he goes.
Yeah, and here comes no dives. That was kind of scary with someone kind of behind you. They could have double dove around you.
Definitely was scary, but 3-put kept calm and was able to clutch it up.
And that's going to give Heisenberg Blue the first point as the lower seed. And that is beneficial to them because that is a break, because the guys are now going to be behind unless they can start getting some dubs. The guy's going to pick the next show that they want.
That's very true. That's very true. Let me go ahead and get that score updated. Did you happen to see how many messengers are left? I'm curious to know how this is going for them. Looks like...
In this one, it looked like 4.
Okay, so a little 4v2 action going on. Oh, that's super smart. Split the map in half.
Definitely the play. If you have more players, you just say, hey, you're going to have to put 1 against 2 on each side. And I think the best counterplay that they can do here is literally send 1 player on each side and just start trying to make it into 3 parts of a map. Even if you only have 2 players, a 3-parted map is going to really confuse what the messengers are trying to do. And that is a big strategy. If you do not have the players to outnumber and gang up, you need to confuse and just use tactics like that.
Yeah, because if at any point the messengers are somehow able to get their own huge island to themselves, they're just going to win.
Yeah, and even if it's a 2v1, like 2v1s are just worse than 4v2s, at least in my opinion. It's the same statistical numbers, but it's a lot like harder to deal with on anyone's part. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, are we going to see both of the players from Max Out playing on the same side? I think that's a little dangerous.
Oh my god,
now they can cut off.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay, because I was like, that's just a cut off and just drop one of your players.
Yeah, so the 2 islands have not been fully separated yet. There are 2 messengers on this side with 1 maxed out city player.
I think I see that the messengers are trying to fight. I think what they should be doing is taking each side island and cutting it into 4 islands total and 1 player per island.
That's so smart, yep.
Because all this grabbing, all it's doing is it's just slowly cutting out the map, and it's going to end up being a jump off potential, whereas you got someone on both sides fighting it out for both teams. So we're seeing a lot of chain grabbing. Max Out City's gonna have to do a lot of work to get away from this, because that was a close slide right there. And we're running out of space. Like this is getting down there. It's gonna be the wins on the other side. Oh, does the other side already? Yeah, the other side's already finished. It's just one person over there.
Is it just the messenger?
I do not.
Oh, it looks like it is. So yeah, they just need to run this rest of this out, and I believe that's the game. I believe that's the game.
And that's the advantage of what you want to be doing, is you want to take advantage of your numbers and then just drop when you win.
Yep, there it is. I believe that is the cue for the messengers winning. Yep. GG's to the messengers. They did basically, as you said, try to split up the map, have a huge advantage to them. But those are some great counter strats you were suggesting with Max Out City there.
That could be an interesting strategy. If you are the first seed ever in Fall Masters, it means you are always going to have the advantage on picking server first and picking map. That if you have a team that's almost undefeatable at a map style, you can pretty much win the tournament with that map style.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, because they can just, like, if they win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, all the way to 5-4. So,
they're going to get the last game for having the first one.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But, I mean, that's a big gamble, though.
It definitely is a gamble, because people will learn your strategy eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know how many teams actually want to do, like, 20-plus rounds of the same map.
True.
But we do have a roll-off.
The guys opted to go in, so they continued hosting because they did lose that episode. They had higher seeds, so they got to host the first one. Lost the first episode, so they get a host again, being they lost the previous round. So yeah, it looks like they chose roll call here, giving them an instant roll off.
Yeah, so this roll off is going to be really dangerous as well. I do not know which roll off this is, because I am not as knowledgeable as you on these roll offs. But I'm always excited to see the fights and what comes from it.
Yeah, I'll pay attention on this lap to what the variant it is, but I believe this is the hardest orange variant. Let me see here. Yep, yeah, this is 5-wall orange with isolated dual blue. So this is by no means an easy round. There's 5 walls that appear in orange with a bunch of small ledges. And then on blue here, we have 2 major gaps.
So this is going to be a big desync party, is what you're telling me, eventually.
I don't think it's going to be so much of a desync party. I think a lot of it's going to come down to panicking and who's able to remember the map and who's able to abuse grabs at certain times when certain aspects of the map are showing up. But yeah, I think maybe mid-game there'll be a lot of desync kills or deaths. But late game, it's going to come down to map knowledge and grab skill, in my opinion.
All right. And the other team is going into a jump around, so we do have time before they finish this up, whereas the guys in Heisenberg Blue are playing for another point, already fighting out their final. Oh, that was really close there, cutting it very close to getting to your safe point.
Yeah, that looked really unfortunate for Supa. Supa did have a really nice grab. Unfortunately, I don't know if the grab didn't register in time, but Supa unfortunately went down from a body block due to that grab.
Yeah, and this is exactly where we were talking about, like, even though the guys were doing better in the seeding round with all the teams there at once, you see Heisenberg Blue just performing when it matters now, but it is down to a 4v4 now. So it's a lot more even, and we're getting to the faster points of the game.
Yeah, here we go. This is the craziness I was talking about. There's going to be 2 medium-sized to large-sized gaps on blue, all these walls on orange. This is going to get very chaotic very quickly.
And we see him taking those big gap jumps, just trying to stay on one, just to stay away from all their teammates. Because now we're down to the 3v3, so you can't, it's not even a suicide round. This may be one of the more interesting roll-offs that we get, just because it's not a team advantage to play for the suicide grab. As another player falls, that's going to put advantage in Heisenberg Blues again.
Yeah. Oh. Wow, surviving that grab from a Heisenberg Blue. But yeah, a Heisenberg or a Guy's player did go down.
It's another, it's down to 2v2. This is an intense battle, guys. And nice, we are 6 out of 9 eliminated. But it is an interesting battle going on back and forth right now.
That was a very unfortunate...
Oh my lord!
Wait, they just got...
They did it! They got a double kill and continued to survive while our other map is going into 3 bars. What a play by Heisenberg Blue just to say, no, we're done. We don't even want to 1v1 this.
Wow, that was phenomenal. I don't know how the last Guy's player went down because I did see that 2v1, but what a phenomenal play there. GG's.
And on this other map, it looks like it's a 3v5 already in the favor of the messengers, which is very dangerous.
It's looking really
Speaking
good for the messengers.
It's looking a little better, but that was a problem because that was not a grab. That was just a mistake there. But the Max Out City got the lucky draw that they did kill a messenger, right? No, they didn't. So a 1v5 going into a jump showdown.
Yeah. To be fair, for everyone, to remind everyone, this is the Seed 2 versus Seed 7.
But even with that, we have seen some crazy 1v4 almost comeback play.
That's true.
It can still exist.
And I'm also hopeful that Max Out City will take all this stuff that's happening and be like, okay, let's change up the map. Let's go with something different that we had planned.
So I'm feeling kind of bad right now, City. I believe Max Out was your choice for the Dark Horse.
I was hoping to see they'll have some. I still believe in them. I believe they'll have some great team synergy plans coming up. We'll see.
Oh, they still got time. They still have time. I just don't want it caster curse all over this tournament. But yeah, this is going to be a big challenge if you've ever had one. The biggest advantage I think that Max Out City can do right here is they just need to stay in the biggest group of people. Yes, they're going to get grabbed by a ton of people, but it gives the opportunity for the players to grab each other.
I think they can also make some great plays using the fan. This is the first time we've seen a blowdown today.
Yeah, the fan, if you get a nice grab before the fan, like suicides into the fan are the easiest way to kill. I'm expecting to see that left and right. There was a nice grab, still got through the fan though. However, there wasn't much more after that.
Well, looks like... Oh, is that it? I missed the kill.
That was it. They got through the fan, and then the bar ruined them.
GG's. And there it is.
So that's 2-0 on the Messengers, guys. So that is a big lead, but Max Out City, it doesn't matter. We saw last round go to 4-0, and then it became 4-2 out of nowhere.
Yep. That is true.
So we're back up top, and we're seeing a Frantic Factory again,
wow.
Which makes me think they chose Solo Show.
Yeah. Maybe they're hoping
a different
map would show up.
Anywhere else.
Yeah. They're probably hopeful that a different map would show up. I know some teams are practicing Solo Show just to see what rounds do show up. I know previously it was Freezy Peak, but I think they took out Freezy Peak out of the rotation currently. So I guess there's just going to be a lot of Frantic Factory.
Oh, that's so bad for Heisenberg. Like, I saw him miss 2 things so far while he's running over to get a button. It's just like, oh, no, button's gone. That's the 3rd one that he's had to miss.
Oh my god.
This has not been good. He may want to start thinking about going to
nice jump.
Ooh, good comeback. Because I was going to say, we should probably think about a defensive play now. But if you're going to be able to get all these out of nowhere, you're doing great.
Yeah, 3-put. He has qualled on every single Frantic Factory today. And there he goes. He just got first place.
Yeah, with missing all those, that's really great that you got first place out of that.
That's crazy. He just has those quick reaction speeds needed for comebacks like that.
And as you're scrolling through, you see that there's another Heisenberg Blue with 4 points getting close, kind of just hoping for that one to respawn. We're going to see what happens because we're already just, is that 3 qual or 2 qual?
I saw another Heisenberg Blue going in. It is at a 4 qual, now 5 out of 7.
Yep.
This Heisenberg Blue player is currently at 3 out of 5, unfortunately. Looks like they're going to be at 4 out of 5. There's 2 spots left. Will we see them clutch it? There's one right here. He gets in. There's 1 spot remaining. There's 3 guys, 1 Heisenberg left.
Heisenberg, oh my lord, all the 5 Heisenberg players made it, I think.
Either 4 or either 5, but still, that is phenomenal. Oh my god, a 5v2 Heisenberg lead.
And if this is solo show, it goes straight to final here.
Yeah, there's like a 99% chance this goes to a final here.
But we do have a slime scraper. Is this slime scraper time over here?
Looks like slime scraper, which is nice because you get a random final at the end. So even if you don't want to fight, or maybe they did pick it to fight, but at least this way you get a true random final at the end. So you can see
someone
anything.
died.
Really? So maybe they are going for some aggressive early plays.
I mean, there's no reason not to do some aggressive plays here and there, but just make sure you qual first because there's no point there. But we do have a quick fall mountain, and it is warped,
wow.
So we are going to have ourselves an interesting warped mountain.
Oh my god, are they going to go for the chain tap grab early play? Let's see.
Oh, there should be nothing else that they do.
Yep. Looks like 3put is running it. Wow.
Yeah.
One of the guys is getting through a little bit. Getting tap grab now. Oh, he got hit by the warped. Oh, it's not looking good for the guys. Unlucky timing, jumping through the anti-grab there, getting hit by the warped.
This is gonna. Oh, that ball though, that is going to give a little bit of an advantage, but I think it's too much that they can't catch back up yet.
GG's, I believe that is another win for Heisenberg Blue. Wow.
Yeah, we see a grab fest going down here though. Oh my lord, that is a messenger drop. I don't know how late in the game it is though.
Yeah, it looks like they're still safe for hopefully another cycle here.
But Max Out City going for the kills instead. Oh,
smart.
All right, still safe though.
It's honestly
kind of safe.
I respect this play a lot. They said, you know what? Let's just play a map we're comfortable with and where we can be completely aggressive on.
Oh, and we're gonna get a fight back. They're gonna stay on multiple.
Say, you know what? We'll play this game with you.
Yeah, they're guarding not only this one, it's the next layer too.
Oh my god.
They're like, you wanna fight? We'll fight.
Oh no. Kickspeed
That's
goes
a drop.
down.
Is this a safe? Oh, it's not a safe drop. It's gonna be a hard fight though for this one because that's already advantage in the messenger's favor. They'll probably stay and fight and go for 1 suicide. It's not a bad play. And it wasn't even a suicide. It was a drop, but another person failed their jump.
Is this a messenger only qual by chance?
I don't know. I know 1 person died early, so they may have gotten 2 from max out.
Okay. You got 3 from max out, it looks like. So it's going to be a 2v4 going into this second slime scraper, I believe. I don't know how many you need to force the final. I believe it does force 2 slime scrapers every time, though.
And so this is going to be a big challenge, but I wonder if the subs on these teams are focused on what their team are doing, or if they're focused on what the opposing teams are doing.
Oh yeah, to help them with strategies and whatnot. Yeah, that's very true.
Because not only do you want to do all this after your round, you're going to have to try and you want to know what matches your opponents are going to be trying to pick.
It looks like the guys are currently hovering over Hexathon.
All right, we're gonna have some fun there, but while we're having fun there, thing is the messengers and Max Out City went for some fun last time. Let's see if they keep fight. Oh, there's just chain grabs. They're gonna try and win here.
Oh my god, yeah, I think they are just going for the win. They're gonna, if they can suicide and just hold them back right here at the puncher.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Oh my god, yeah, both Max Out players are here. Slime has yet to come, so they still have a lot of chance to get through these punchers. Oh, okay, looks like the messengers did go ahead and advance.
Well, the thing is, you still have another kill spot. You want to kill, like, you only have 2 people to kill, and you have 4. Just send 2 to qual and just have 1 kill and 1 person just be ready. But that was a really good play to get out of there.
Nice. Got that opening, got out of there.
And there's no reason for Max Out City to fight. But the problem is, if you don't fight, you're going to walk into a final where it's literally going to be just a 2v4, and you do not want to walk into a 2v4 final.
True. That would be not a good scenario to go into. Looks like EV going ahead and qualifying. Both Max Out City players that are remaining are still surviving, going up to the laser bridge section.
Okay, and are we going to get a quick turnaround? Yeah, we got a quick turnaround. Just run.
Oh, okay. I see what the messengers did. They confirmed 2 in the final, and now they're letting the other 2 fight it out. So it's a 2v2.
So basically, I think the plan here, if they're leaving it as a 2v2, they have 2 qualled, and they're going to go for the suicide. And other than that, they're just going to play the 2v2 in the final if they lose on both ends.
Yeah, exactly. So they're covered on all around. It's really smart. Oh, there we go. Nima making it through.
One got through, but can the other one make it through? Because it's only a 1v2 currently at the end.
Yep, there they go.
And you have to make it through 2 people here.
Evie's currently spectating.
Oh, they set one ahead?
There we go.
Good play. Take that advantage of your opponent diving and immediately going to the finish line.
See, if you were Max Out City in that scenario, though, would you have tried to fight to make it into a 2v2, or would you just take the qual and go 2v4 in the final?
See, the thing is, you probably want to go to the final since it can be a random final, in my opinion. And I think the idea would be to go for, in this position, a null if you can. But you also, if you can get a kill, you should go for that kill. I think way back at the boxing gloves at the very start, one of Messengers was playing a 1v2 to hold them back. Max Out City could have probably turned around, killed one of them since it was a 2v1.
I wasn't even thinking that. They did have the advantage in that moment.
Yeah, they didn't try to play anything. But let's go up and look at this hexaterrestrial that's going on. We do have 1 player already eliminated. Now we just got to see what's going to go on with these other 2 and see if we can figure out what playing team has got it.
Yeah, 1 player has already gone down. This is the round 1, if I'm not mistaken.
3 elimination, I believe, is round 1. And based on how many people I'm seeing around, it's better be a round 1. Oh my lord, this is getting really dangerous and dicey in the middle, though.
Yep. Maybe Supa knows the route of what tiles are respawning. He does seem to have great control over it.
Yeah, this is a lot of great control, and honestly, I have found that this is the map, if there has ever been a map, that is keyboard and mouse pro for it because of the ability to